Have our first match of the tournament exclusive going head-to-head with Luxor Turner, David versus Goliath. Don't go anywhere.
Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra, Monster Energy, and DHL.
Looks like the players are ready. Here we go!
All right, everybody, welcome back to the Snapdragon Pro Series. Thank you so much for bearing with us while we dealt with those technical difficulties. But the technical difficulties did not stop the match from happening, okay? It did go on off stream while we were getting everything fixed up and ready to go. And Exclusive does come out on top in a very quick 3-0 fashion. We had some of those map results that you guys were able to see as well, Brody. I know you are shocked.
Hey, honestly, I feel like I was taken aback. I read the results and I could not believe for a second that Exclusive would win that one 3-0. No, it was a 3-0, and I think that's what we expected, right? Ultimately, going over the map scores for everybody at home. So obviously, it wasn't played beyond the first two maps. It was a 250 to 85 performance on standoff Hardpoint, a 7-1 fire and range search and destroy, and a 3-0 on the Arsenal control. That shouldn't be a surprise, and I don't mean that in any demeaning way to Lux Eterna. It's just Exclusive should be that good of a roster. That should have been a 3-0, and it was.
Yeah, and now that Exclusive has won that first match of the day in the upper portion of our Group A bracket, they will be moving on to the next stage, which means they'll be waiting for the winner of our next series to face off against and fight for that first challenge finals spot. You'll see that reflected here in the bracket. Exclusive up there waiting for either 117 or Ultima, as that will be our next match. And we got to see obviously both of these teams compete in our open finals here proper, so this should be a good one.
Yeah, I mean, this is definitely already, prerequisite wise is probably match of the day. Barring one of these two teams after they win will be facing off against Exclusive, of course, for that qualification position. But I mean, 117 versus Ultima, like this is just two teams that you, on paper alone, should it be an absolute banger.
And don't forget, everybody home, Lux Eterna is not out of the competition yet. They will just drop down into that lower bracket, and then we'll have another opportunity to play for a spot as well. So now let's start talking about match number 2 on the day. 117 Not Found versus Ultima. We'll take a look at their rosters as well, and we will start with 117 here. Brody, give me your thoughts.
Yeah, 117 Not Found. So this is effectively the successor roster to last season's Omniscient team with the likes of Saturns and Lucky, who were the two of the best players on that roster. Joining the side, they also pick up bits from King Clan with Grizz and Slayer from Big. Of course, Karma returning as well, not playing in Season 4. This is a pretty good roster. Back during the qualifier, I don't think this is really a surprise to anybody to actually see them here. However, I do believe they've got their hands full here with a pretty demeaning Ultima roster.
I mean, look, this Ultima roster, when you go back and you look at the way that they qualified, both map 5 bangers. They lost in map 5 to Animus. They won map 5 versus RM, but Gore, General Gore, you finally made it here, buddy. Was a part of that Illuminati roster that fell short in the previous season to make it to the challenger portion of Snapdragon Pro Series, but Aspect coming from that Xantium roster, who did place 7th in the last season of Snapdragon Pro Series, honestly have a really good roster to completely round them out. I think that this team has really good core fundamentals when it comes down to hard points. I think in SND, their double sniper, sometimes triple, is also something that you have to be on the lookout for. I think this is a well-rounded team, and I look forward to see how high their ceiling can go.
Okay, all right. I like it. We'll get those map picks up here as well, so we can kind of start talking about those and how that could potentially influence the outcome of our matchup here today, based off of not only previous season performances, but what we got to see in our open finals. We'll be starting with the Hacienda Hardpoint here, Brody.
Yeah, not really a surprise for everybody who has watched European COD Mobile, because Hacienda Hardpoint is basically in every single best of 5. That being said, this was a map in which 117 Not Found actually played pretty closely with Vanquish back in the qualifier. It was a 3-point game, and I believe it was only by 117 Not Found making a comeback towards the end of the game that always seems to happen on Hacienda Hardpoint for whatever reason, that they actually managed to prevent it going to a game 5. So honestly, I'd say that's okay if you're Ultima, and that makes, I guess, a difference here to the best of 5, because Ultima picks it for a reason.
You say a comeback, I say a little bit of a chuckle, I believe is how you Brits end up saying the phrase. Yeah, a little bit on that P2 Lambo head glitch, but hey, we don't have a firing range. We actually got a Corona Metropolis if we do end up going to a map 5, but if history is doomed to repeat itself, and we have Ultima on our screens, it might end up going to a map 5, so we might end up seeing that. But what I'm most excited for is to start collecting the amount of kills that express train, that bullet train is going to start getting in that map number 2 for a Search and Destroy. Should be a good one. Again, there's a lot of good square up maps. I think the only time we will see a reprieve might be in certain instances in the raid control, but honestly, the Summit Hardpoint is going to be as bread and butter as they come. This is a square up first 3 maps that I've ever seen it.
Every time I now see Express, I know that Proper is excited. Every single time.
I'm keeping track.
In the map picks. We'll have to get the season-long final stat when it's all said and done for the train there, and see if we even get any. We've gotten it before in previous seasons, so we'll have to see what happens this time around. But now that we know how it's all going to play out, I think match number 2 is ready to go. We are ready to go. So, Brody, Proper, let's make this one work.
Alrighty, look, hopefully we actually have a match to cast here, because this is going to be a really good matchup. I would be really sad if we didn't get to see 117 Not Found take on Ultima, because this should be a good match. Again, we go back towards the qualifier, we go back towards open finals, and Ultima, they had to get it done in 2 back-to-back best of 5s. The first one they were not able to do so, but the second they were, and I think it proves they're a very tenacious team.
I think, especially for Ultima's perspective, for these first 3 maps, and realistically for all 4 of them, or all 5 of them, I should say, you got Sixa. And when I read the name Sixa, you know what comes to mind, Brody? The R90 shotgun. This guy loves a good corner. Let me tell you something about it. So names may be swapped at the top, but we know especially who these players are going to be representing. Hacienda Hardpoint to start off this best of 5.
You know what? I'm glad you said it right out of the gate, mate, because you know I'm like, sometimes I'm like, yeah, 117 Not Found and well behind in the game. That's incredible. And then obviously I realize about 45 seconds in. That's usually kind of the average of how long it takes me to realize what's going on, that actually they're not behind. So yeah, we'll get those flipped out for you guys. Right now it is going to be Ultima in the lead. Currently the team sat inside this hill. This is always going to be a mixy one. And I'm expecting 117 here with the likes of Aspect and Daytel. Those are names that you guys will remember from Season 4 to do pretty well for that Ultima side.
Yep, absolutely the case. I think Aomine is another name that jumps off the page, especially in those 10 maps that we got to see them, 1 versus Animus and 1 versus RM. Very good fundamental player who also has the gunny to back things up. But General Gort starting things off, already up on 6 in a row. This is what we expect out from this Ultima team. Just good core fundamentals, controlling upper hallways. Grizz may answer back with 3, but this is all in lieu of the rotation over towards New before it pops in just about 10 seconds.
Yeah, you know what's funny is you talk about that R9 shotgun for, was it Sixa, right? I think about Grizz. Grizz, of course, one of the best players in European Call of Duty Mobile with that R9 in a hand. He's already proven it with 8 kills to start this game, and a flurry of kills that will give Ultima early control over the Lamborghini Hardpoint, or whatever kind of car manufacturer you want to come up with for that car that's futuristically sat inside P2. Right now, Ultima going to have to deal with a siege coming through from 117 Not Found. A Predator missile is part of that defense. Only 1 kill to come through from 117. Can Gore have anything to say about that? He's managed to find his way through, but Lucky's going to double up. It crammed for number 3, and Ultima they hold for the moment.
And like when you're looking at it from Ultima's perspective, right? You started off the map fantastic. 36 seconds on P1 is no easy feat, but what 117 Not Found were immediately looking for was trying to get that water side of the map, trying to play for the rotation over towards New. They knew this was going to be a big money hill for them. Sixa might be able to answer back with 2, but close spawns intact for 117 to try to recontest. Very scrappy as it may be, just about an even game on the rotation to P3.
That was a massive hard point from Ultima. They knew they needed to hold it early on, and you look at the stats here for Ultima's side: 13 kills for Grizz and 11 for Ikram, which I believe might be Karma. I'm not entirely sure. We'll have to find out whether that is actually Karma or it is a different player called Ikram, or just Karma's changed the name to Ikram. Who knows? Either way, those stat lines are important for Ultima, and it's a big reason why they were to hold control over the last hill. But now we're going to start to see these operators come into play. Right now, it's Ikram in control of the Annihilator. Big utilization potentially on the card here to hold this hard point. Not actually able to find the second, as Amy's going to shut them down. A second kill now starting to come through from Aspect. 117 Not Found here. Still not fully able to get control of the kill just yet. And there we go. Grizz with the R9 kill. Surely that should be control now for Ultima.
A lot of investment. Look, P3 on Hacienda is typically the turning page when you start to see a lot of these operators start being accrued, let alone popped. 3 already out of the gates for Ultima, and it's actually, or for 117, excuse me, will actually benefit them. I mean, it was expensive, but if you're 117 Not Found, you're feeling okay with that just being able to turn it into some time. But on the other side for Ultima, you still have 3 to play with.
There's still a lot of utility here to break early on. Right now, it is just one player isolated inside New, so Lucky has a hell of a job on his hands if he does want to hold on towards that hard point. And of course, overwhelmed by 3 or 4 different players from Ultima, they will not be able to here. So 117 not found. Comfortable lead here for the moment as we get in towards the next hard point. Now an opportunity to break once more. A couple of players sat inside. Satins will give it a peek, but really will need to wait for a little bit of help from Slayer up top before they can actually make this move. It's going to be one good coordinated effort coming through here from 117 not found. On the other side, just starting to see some of that utilization. We were talking about aiming with the claw there. He's only going to find one before being shut down. 117 not found. Try as they might right now, they can't find their way through. Daytail, a big reason for that with a double. Aspect for number 3, and 117 not found, still fighting to get towards this hard point.
Look at Aspect's already starting to get a couple of streaks, has 10 kills, gonna immediately call in the Predator missile as well. This has been an inexpensive hold so far for Ultima. Can they continue on? Still contested time. Last one standing will be Daytail, accrues their 10th kill in this opening salvo of hardpoint rotations. And it'll continue to be a very scrappy end of this first set of rotations. I mean, look, Grizz might have 21 kills, 22 kills for Ikram, but what do you have to show for it? It's a dead even game. Back to P1 we go.
Yeah, not the lead that I think Ultimate or 117. They are actually correct now. 117 would have wanted going into the second set. Now it is going to be Ultima in control for the moment here, but we know how important control of these top-level corridors can be. Grizz with the R9 trying to hit some long-range engagement. He's going to get shut down by Sixer up top. So the support gunfights right now, they are being made here by Ultima in and around this hill. Ikram, of course, one of those players that has been slaying out for 117, attempting a flank. They will get shut down. This has been a great hardpoint so far. If your Aspect had been sitting there patiently, peacefully inside that hardpoint, you're very happy with the coverage your teammates provided for the first 30 there.
And you go back to the first set of hard points, right? I mean, Ultima were able to get 36 points, and they might just be P1 Reapers, but 117 not found are able to work their way back through the upper halls. They will have that high ground control, and now you have split spawns coming through for Ultima. A couple players spawning all the way over by Driveway. Split spawns now happening over on the west side of the mini-map. And if you're 117 not found, I mean, you would love to be able to read all of this. Seems that they're doing quite well in doing so. Don't make the game just about even, but they're back in control of P2 where they got the majority of their time in the first set.
And you're already starting to see some of that utilization coming out. It's Ikram up top here over the Lamborghini. It's annoying enough heady as it is, especially when you're facing down an Annihilator person using it. But now they've only got one more bullet left in the magazine, in the chamber. It will not land on towards Gore. So Gore going to shut that player down. We'll actually find a second as well here. Lucky's now forced to use the War Machine inside to keep Amin and Gore away from the hard point. And to be fair, while that couple of operators is not the most ideal of situations, it will enable 117 not found to hold on towards the time. And now next up, it's going to be Satins with the Sparrow as well. This is a lot of investment coming through from 117 not found.
Yeah, and Ultima were attempting to try to answer back in kind. Gore popped the Annihilator, actually ended up trading with the Sparrow player for 117 not found, and that still benefits 117. They're still in possession of those close spawns. They're still in possession of the time. This has full 60 written all over it as they are still continuously streaking out. Almost 30 kills was Ikram. Will get gunned through the archway. Grizz up top, though, with the R9 shotgun. Will end up finding 2 for his worth. The rotation over towards P3 needs to be a good one for Ultima as they're looking to hold the hedge side.
Yeah, you can't afford to be broken early on this hill. 117 not found, already on the way. Keep an eye on player number 5 on the minimap and number 4 as well. Both Slayer and Ikram are in behind. Slayer hasn't been found out just yet, but Daytail will shut them down inside tins. Ultima do win those initial wave of gunfights here, but the spawns now flip out, perhaps in favor of 117 not found. And nobody from Ultima is inside. Slayer's going to bring that Predator missile down to take Amin out of the play. And almost immediately here towards this hard point, Andy, 117 not found have broken it.
Oh, we have spawn fights actually occurring at this moment of time. And if you're Ultima going back to watch this VOD, you might just be kicking yourself. Nobody was anchoring onto the back office spawns. 117 not found. We're able to play from that side of the map. And that means that they can be in possession to reinforce this hard point a whole lot quicker. Saturns with 2 will end up being the tip of the spear to try to push a little bit further forward. And look at Ultima on the minimap. We're down to scrap time. You have to chalk this and set up over on the water side of the map. Not a good look for how well Ultima were playing that first set, Brody.
Yeah, you talked about it right. That needed to be the hard point where Ultima were able to contest with 117 not found, and it just was not the ideal hard point for them whatsoever. Now perhaps the next one, can it be so? Daytel gonna find the 1 kill against Slayer on the entry, has a little bit of assistance now from Amin too, but look at that wave of yellow players coming across from that side of the map. Grizz is already getting up close and personal with the R9, looking for the kills against Amin. He's gonna find it. Satins with the Hunter Killer drone will find another one, and Grizz is finding more value once again. We're in a situation here where 117 not found break almost immediately, and now it's adding more insult to injury with a war machine coming out from Lucky as well. This is so detrimental to Ultima. They cannot get past, but Amin with the claw does actually find two. The last hope for Ultima on this hard point, and he gets shut down.
One shot, had to go for the Eagle Chow versus Saturns. Now look at the spawns for the back 20 seconds here on the second set of hard points. I mean, 117 not found. You want to talk about ROI as far as operators are concerned. Every single time that they pop one, it seemingly turns into about 35 to almost 40 seconds of hard point time. And Ultima are utilizing their operators to more be responsive, but it's turned up absolutely flat. 213 to 133. Back over towards P1 we go. Predator Missile's going to get called in for Saturns. You still have Ikram's operator should you want to use it. Gore's able to get there. Same with Aspect. You feel like you need to set the pace here on the third and final set of hard points if you want to come back from this deficit.
Yeah, the last 2 to 3 hard points really do feel like 117 not found splitting the difference between themselves and Ultima, and it's giving us echoes of what we saw from Ultima in their last couple of games back in the qualifier, their first qualification effort that did not go very well. They started to feel a little bit out of depth, and that's what it's felt like the last couple of hills. 117 not found, just 30 points away from victory here, not currently in control. Slayer's just hanging about outside, waiting patiently to strike against Daytel. That is exactly what he does. Not able to get away with the second kill versus Gore, but it does ultimately remove Ultima from the hill.
26 seconds are all 117 need. Ultima are still sitting on 3 operators. You feel like you cannot afford to get desperate, but you feel like you can't afford to let Grizz stay up top with the R9 shotgun. Good help from Lucky means that Grizz can continue to reap. Lucky's able to find a couple more kills. There's not enough time left on P1 to close things out, but Grizz with the equalizer might just call game.
Yeah, indeed he will be. That's 3 in a row for Grizz, and those kills are integral as well because it's kills that are keeping Ultima well away from any sort of contention towards the P2 hard point, and he's looking to do even more damage as well. Ultima, no choice but to waste time, waste energy, going to deal with him, but now look at the spawn flip here. Immediate Predator Missile coming down for a couple of kills towards the backline. Grizz is an absolute beast, and Ultima, they know it in the worst possible way. 117 not found. Look, I think they found, what, a 4th, 5th, 6th gear towards the end of that game, and I'm not really sure there was much rubber left on the road for Ultima.
Yep, someone call Call of Duty Mobile headquarters because I'm pretty sure Grizz just put on the next trailer for you to showcase multiplayer. That was absolutely AWOL. I mean, again, good help from Lucky up top in the hallways to be able to maintain Grizz's position with the R9 shotgun, was able to get his 4th equalizer, and then just starts reaping all the way through water past P4, meeting a lot of these spawners, and then got all the information off the Predator missile. Yeah, he's a problem. He was somewhere near about 29 kills going in towards P3, but it's that one point that I need to talk about. That was the beginning of the proverbial nail going into the coffin that was Ultima in this map number 1, Brody, because through these highlights, you'll see it. Just about a close game until we got towards that P3 position, and then we start pulling out those operators, and that's where we start talking about the return of investment for the operators that were earned for 117 not found comparatively to Ultima, where they were constantly playing on the back foot. 117 not found were constantly setting up the pace from inside the hard point with their operators, and Ultima just simply had no response to be able to get back inside the time when they were being met by an Annihilator, a Claw, or even a War Machine. You name it, 117 not found, we're finding value with it.
Yeah, and you know what's funny, again, you go back to some of these players, right, that last season on their respective rosters, because this is more or less a brand new roster this season, one of those ones that are trying to gun for the top spot in European Call of Duty Mobile, in the European Challenge season, and they were the best in their respective operator roles, right, and you're seeing that here on this roster where all of them are doing their part to play well in this matchup. Looking over towards the final KDs at the end of the game, it's a triple 40 effort coming out from the likes of Lucky, Ikram, and Grizz. And, you know, again, from first impressions, obviously things might look a little bit different when they come up against even bigger names down the line, not even just in European Challenge season, but also internationally, perhaps at the World Championships in October. That's when this roster is really going to be tested as kind of this brand new championship attempt in winning team. We'll call it that, an attempt to win championships team.
I mean, that's kind of the idea, right? I mean, just to kind of like sidebar the match real quick, is that all of these teams through all of the roster mania that we got at the end of the previous season have been trying to create these super teams, because you know that Kings are going to come back with a certain vengeance after losing the way that they did to that Kings roster in the previous season. Is this going to be the best look for 117 non-found? Well, more data is definitely required before we jump to those claims, but at least Grizz coming through with that R9 shotgun is an absolute problem. Now, wouldn't necessarily say that you're going to put it away, but now over towards Express, the bullet train is what I'm mostly looking at, but the snipers are also on the horizon.
And sometimes you see starts like this coming out, aggression, pure patterned aggression over towards the site, and Grizz is very valuable in these situations. A couple of kills to kick off this round, and this search and destroy almost immediately. Six is left up in a 1 versus 4.
He's got a deagle. To say, yeah, R9 shotgun, surprise Pikachu face. So bomb's going to be planted here at B6. This is a good luck, have fun moment if I've ever seen it. I mean, you have to isolate the player that's over by tickets. That smoke is already going to maybe give away your position, but no one's really turning around to look at this orange hallway.
I don't think they need to stress too much. It will enable Sixer to get on the water side at the very least, but I think Satins is quite content with the position he's chosen. If not, Lucky has the Overwatch over his shoulder, and that is game over in round number 1 almost immediately. Great start from 117 not found. And again, with the kind of the caliber of players that we saw from Season 4, Andy, I'm not surprised to see that kind of aggression off the rip.
Simple mindset. Get Grizz up through ticket. Cause chaos. It's going to be a battle all the way through the magazine side. Snipe off for Gore. Lucky will find the trade.
Oh, well, it's going to be Satins using R9 in this round. Finding value against Daytel. This comes down to a 3 versus 3 as Aspect takes Slayer down. But it is going to be 117 not found, undoubtedly in control of the site, and Amin gets caught with his pants down. Lucky's there to take advantage. Now a 3 versus 2.
Look, Aspect is just starting to rotate all the way through the blue hallway. I mean, Six an Aspect. I mean, you would think this is the first time playing together, because they're never with one another on this retake. Aspect has a sniper, and it is just going absolutely haywire for Ultima in these first 2 rounds. Not enough time to be able to isolate all 3 of these players. Misses the second shot. There's the next one, but Grizz will be right there to find the trade, because of course he is. 4 kills through 2 rounds. No easy feat, but I love this look out of 117, especially for an offensive effort, right? They're just bull rushing over towards B, and they're not being stopped. No nades, no stuns, whatever. Nobody's stopping Grizz from getting in these very annoying positions. And Sixa typically has that R9 shotgun, is always lurking over by A, and now the mental warfare begins.
Changing of the strategy here from 117 not found. It was mostly a clear A bomb site. Grizz, though, was going to have to get up close and personal here with the R9, get aggressive in behind enemy lines. Can he find a route in which Ultima are not going to expect him to push? And right now, I think it's going to be a bit of a more conservative play. Get the bomb down, expect aggression on the retake coming out from Ultima. That bomb now is going to be down. Daytel going to take Slayer out of the equation, though. And now it's going to leave 117 not found. 2 men down here. 3 versus 5. And Ultima just steadily pushing the site. Again, you're relying on those players coming in from behind. Satins and Ikram finally going to activate. Grizz has been found, though. And now you know where these players are, but Ikram's able to find another one. The player on the defusel's going to get caught out. And now all of a sudden here, it's Sixer for a 1 versus 2. And despite the fact you know where these players are, it's almost impossible to take them out of the site. Wow. Good effort on the retake. You had the numbers, but even then, you cannot stop these guys at their peak.
A 3v5 post plant, double R9 shotgun, even with Ultima finding the first blood. Just they didn't have any numbers around the train, let alone over by the A bomb site, over by benches or lockers to stop that plant from coming through. And 117 not found. Aggression is a good look on them. Just immediately going back to assaulting this A bomb site, and there's nobody to stop it again.
Well, it's going to be a free plant, but again, it is worth saying that last time around, Ultima did get some kills. It was just actually getting onto the site after that was the problem. And oh, goodness me, the exact same players made by Ultima, and this time off the back of that, Slayer's going to be able to read it. He even anticipates the second up top towards the bridge. Aspect has no chance when he is being deleted like that. And Amin might have found some value elsewhere, but this bomb retake is falling apart at the seams. Amin, the last one left alive.
Would have to be a full 1v4. Player right underneath the red dot site was Grizz with the R9 shotgun. Golly. I mean, you even see it from the minimap, right? Like, Ultima is throwing these late nades to stop the bomb plan from going at A, but then nobody's taking a further approach to get in a better position to try to deny the plant soon after all those lethals are thrown. So over towards A was working. Why not just go back to round 1?
Well, back to round one we go, and back to mostly the same success. Grizz is going to get cut short, but the trades do fall in favor of 117 not found, and of course, site control as well. They're going to have to go and retrieve the bomb. For the moment here, that smoke is actually going to preclude, well, Sixer from being spotted out, and now almost immediately he will be. Once again, 1 versus 4. This time it's Aspect, or sorry, 2 versus 4. This time it's Aspect and Daytel left up to bat. Daytel and Aspect do find some value here on this retake, but 35 seconds left to go.
Yeah, but you see Aspect with the scope, like he's not even really a part of this. This mostly has to be Daytel to try to uproot these players from positioning in a post plan who's all basically based around magazines from Lucky. Allow Slayer just to work through the middle of the hallways, able to go 1-for-1 is perfectly fine. Information would be mutual, and Saturns can just slide all the way through with the R9 shotgun. We'll get their 7th kill in 5 rounds. Oh man, this is a problem. Ultima just unable to not only just win these first blood engagements, because they have been able to at least get 1 first blood, but it's the returning gunfights that 117 not found just continuously find for themselves in the map positioning soon after.
Now these first bloods are really problematic, to be honest. Gore's not going to get caught out for now. I'll add that asterisk to the conversation. Grizz is going on the hunt for that kill, but this time 117 not found. They're doing their pacifist run on towards the site without any kills, and after that bomb plant, well, they're going to find him immediately again. Ultima, they are left short-handed in this retake, and the information is there. Gore is actually gifted a 2nd kill. Grizz's R9 bullets do not land. This is now 3 versus 3.
Well, Spamo is going to come through the ticket side. Saturn throws the shoulder. That's all the information you need right there. Or somebody's already watching departures. Slayer's going to hit the flank with the Type 19. He's going to be back behind all 3 of these players, and it's going to work out wonderfully for the pinch. Even though Saturn's gets traded, there's just not enough time. Lucky has the bomb check as well. It's about to be a flawless half for 117 not found, and Ultima just had no answers at all. That's 6 straight rounds, and the bomb got planted, what, in the first like 20 seconds?
Dude, it was the fun they did it without even getting kills. Like, just like, that is a hell of an
Even when
achievement.
they got first blood, they still planted the bomb in the first 20 seconds.
Yeah, 117 not found. Perfect accuracy of getting that bomb down. And this is a stark difference, isn't it? Because Ultimate, lacking that same venom, that same confidence, they are totally toothless in this situation.
And they're just assuming that somebody's already pushing through Orange Hallway. It's not the case at all. I mean, Grizz is getting aggressive through the hallways, but that's just because he wants to. All the information in the world for 117 not found off of nobody pushing. They have the entire map spread.
Oh, and they are anticipating this aggression from
Okay.
117 not found. And to be fair, that is the right play call. You're immediately able to take Grizz and Lucky out of the play. So now you've got options here if you're Ultimate. You're going to look to get that bomb down over by A. The vast majority of the defense is on B. So basically, this all comes down to Saturn's hit. What value can Saturn's find? Taking some pop shots. None of them going to connect just yet. That's information here for Ultima. They should be able to get this bomb down scot-free. There's that kill against Ikram on towards Aspect. Saturn's is now taken down, so this bomb's going down.
Got a sniper and a Type 19. First gunfight's a big one for Slayer. He's able to get it and get away clean. Time to work with as well, but Gore's going to take down Ikram 2v1. What can you do, Slayer?
He's got to live up to his name. First kill's good. Second inside locker. Slayer wants to bully him in towards one of them. Slayer versus Daytel. There's the defuse fake. Forces Daytel up top. Slayer, you're going to know where that player is. On the hunt. Going to try it again. Daytel's going to have to go for the check. The train is out. It's going to make the screen all kinds of shaky. Slayer now no choice but to just hop on the defuse. Surely the check should be good from Daytel, and it will. So a round on the board for Ultima. Again, weird start of that round. Nowhere near as aggressive as 117 not found, but it does work.
Yeah, no, it absolutely does. I mean, 117 not found, just feeling the aggression, because why not? You had a 6-0 half. I would too. But wonderfully played there for Daytel there at the end, just being able to use top control to get the information even with the fake defuse. Ultima looking to up the ante a little bit. Nades over the top of control, trying to get to A quickly.
There's one problem on site. Saturn's up top. It's been the R9 player. This search and destroy. You know you've got to deal with him. You can't get the bomb down while Saturn's is located up top, so that has to be priority 1 for Ultima. Pot shots coming from all different angles, but Saturn's is playing their life sublimely. still alive up top here. Still a problem that Ultima cannot deal with. And here comes that aggression. Finally, a player getting their hands in the mud to deal with him. And Sans has just taken them down just like that. Sans refuses to die. Next up is going to be Aamine up top. Little pinch play coming through from them. And Daytel. Finally, Sans is taken down.
I was about to say, if Saturns finds a second up there, that would have just been monkey business. So lucky now. We'll see one player cross through the plants on towards the A bomb site. Aspect's going to lay that rock down. Nope, never mind. Hold that. Gore will find the trade, but that bomb is still dropped. 37 seconds remains in the round.
Oh, good check for the first from Ikram. Not an immediate response from Ultima here, so Ikram's being offered a couple of opportunities here to get this one done. It's a slow and steady approach from behind. Gore's watching that angle, though, gets it done with the pistol. Seems to be the favorite bomb site right now for Ultima. A attack twice in a row.
Much easier for them to be able to dictate the pace when they can get players inside the upper hallways and being able to watch the mid scoop with sniper rifles. Be able to catch 117 not found on the aggression with their double shotgun setup. Looking to change the pace a little bit. Mental Warfare hides them over towards B this time. A lot of nades.
Volatility over the top. Is it good enough to get yourselves onto the site? Short answer is no. Grizz and Lucky going to open up the proceedings with the first couple of kills. Numbers in favor here, and it goes from bad to worse for Ultima here. Just Gore and Aamine left alive. Gore has found some value in the round. Now Aamine needs to do something to keep the hopes and dreams of winning this search and destroy alive. Satins is going to take some long-range shots. Takes about 9 R9 bullets to get it done. Quite literally living up to the name of the weapon. That's why it's called the R9, it would seem. And, well, it's finally going to be a 117 not found getting it done in the search and destroy.
Yeah, you know, losing the opening two is what it is, right? I mean, that was really well played through the first round. 117 not found. Probably getting a little bit too big for their britches, looking to get aggressive in a 5v3, giving away a lot of eliminations. But we're going to have to study this offensive half out of 117 not found for generations to come. It'll be feeding families for generations. Just the way that they were constantly just getting aggressive, and Ultima had no answers for them. Even the delayed nades, even finding a first blood, Brody. They were still getting that bomb planted within the first 20 to almost 25 seconds. And Grizz and Saturns were a real issue. If it was Grizz with the R9 shotgun solely there on the Hacienda Hardpoint map number 1, Saturn joins with the like here on the Express map number 2. Just constantly being a thorn, not even in the side of one or of Ultima, just straight in their face. I mean, this play up top in control took so much time for Ultima to be able to disperse where Saturn's was located at, let alone to find the kill. It's just the finesse game out of 117 not found. It's just the really overarching story of this map number 2.
I think it's just so difficult, right? Because every single offensive effort from 117 not found for the most part was over towards that A bomb site, right? And I think it's just difficult because the only real way to counter it is to get to the bomb site first and win those opening bloods. And you know, the times where they did choose to try and counteract that with the same kind of aggression that we're seeing from 117 not found, they just lost the gunfights, right? I mean, sometimes it's as simple as that. They did not have an answer for the aggression from the players like Grizz and Satins in particular, who finishes with 10 kills at the end of that search and destroy. 117 not found. Hell of a performance there from them in the search and destroy. And I think, you know, again, we're looking now basically at the midpoint of this series. This could be well be the end if this is a 3-0. We're asking the questions of where are we expecting Ultima to be kind of in the power rankings of European Call of Duty Mobile? How much of a challenger are they going to be against these top squads, the rosters that are intended have been basically built from the ground up to be these championship winning teams? Right now, it feels like Ultima not keeping up.
No, not at all. And I think that this more or less actually puts a massive scope on Animus more than anything. They win map 5 versus these guys in the qualifiers on the winners bracket side, but that's all a conversation for a later day. I think for Ultima, this is not the same team that we saw in the map 5 win versus RM, where they were just slaying everything this side of the Mississippi. Six has been a non-benefactor. Aamine, albeit had some really bright spots, hasn't been slaying out to the same degree that we saw in those two map 5 barn burners versus Animus and RM back in the open qualifier. But semantics aside, it is a real good look for 117 not found. This is exactly the question that you asked. Again, 2 players from Omnipotent. They had top 3 in there for themselves in the previous season. Of course, with Grizz, he knows what a championship does feel like. This is a team that is absolutely deadly. Again, just being able to keep their nose down to the books, making sure that they were prepared for this entire day, because even if they do win here, they still have to face the number 1 team in exclusive.
Yeah, for sure. And that's going to be, I think, the real interesting thing, right? Again, that's kind of the conversation point of the day as you look at a roster like Exclusive, who are coming into the season as the only roster that has kept their team together pretty much wholesale besides the one minor change that they made. And I mean, looking over towards the roster that played in the first match of the day that you guys didn't get to see, I mean, Aether didn't play, so it is basically the roster from last season. You know, we're seeing that roster go up against these teams that have been basically built to beat them and become one of the European representatives at the World Championships later this year. That's going to be an interesting conversation point. How does a roster that has very clearly been kind of handpicked to beat a team like Exclusive, how do they perform? Because that is the story for 117 Not Found, right? You talk about the fact that you've got players from Omniscient. I think looking back towards what Lucky and Satins were able to do last season individually, they were highly impressive. I think Lucky was one of those players from one of the very first Snapdragon Pro Series matches that I had the pleasure of casting, but he was just pulling off insane search and destroy plays with the sniper back on that firing range search and destroy against King's Clan a long time ago now, back in January. God, I'm getting old. And, you know, Satins as well, who was one of the standout players. You talk about Grizz, but also, you know, beyond that, you talk about the likes of Slayer, who I think is such an underrated player. I think going back towards the roster that he was on last season, Big were not a great roster by any stretch of the imagination. They were a roster that never really felt like they were in the conversation for being that number 1, number 2, number 3 team. But Slayer was a standout player on that team. And so I think you get the impression, looking across the board here at the players that they brought together on the roster, Andy, that this is a team that has been handpicked to beat a roster such as Exclusive. And can they do that? Has the time been there for them to do that, right? I think is probably the key question.
Yeah, I mean, this is the best pieces of every single puzzle that we had in the previous season, more or less, to be able to make this top caliber team. I think that the biggest question mark comes through from like Karma or Ikram. So you have to see if that's actually still the same player that we got through the open qualifiers. Regardless of that matter, yeah, this is a team that is absolutely ready for the task. Now, how do they stack up against Exclusive? Well, we might end up seeing here in a moment's time, but still have the raid control on the horizon, ready to get underway with this one. Potential final map here in this best of 5 here between 117 Not Found versus Ultima. And to say you got to have it is light work. Ultima, you need to get your usual suspects back online. The Infinity BL special.
Yep, absolutely. And look at this coming out from 117 Not Found. An unusual play to kick off this raid control. It's going to be a straight, basically 4-man hit over towards A. And, well, it doesn't go as splendidly as they would like. 3 kills coming through from Ultima is going to leave a couple of players isolated towards a point. Lucky and Slayer, what do you got for us for 117 Not Found? Lucky is just patiently sitting in that corner, forcing Ultima to jump out of the money window to come for the challenge, but that was 1 tick already through on A off the initial push.
Slayer's still lurking over here by Tiki. Okay, he's gonna get scouted out by Gore. That would have been a nasty player to leave out uncontested. So back over towards ring we go. 117 Not Found, slowly working towards this second segment. An Aspect might be able to find the timing for 2 and absolutely does, but there's no follow-up, not quite yet. Daytel needs to be here to stop this progress.
Daytel will find Grizz, but Daytel is far from done here. His shift at work can't clock out just yet, and Slayer's going to take them down. Now I think they can. Couple of players on B. Six is going to go for one last little Hail Mary play to stop this B capture from going through, and 117 Not Found will not allow it. Now moving over towards A. I was thinking for a second there, surely Grizz does not go that long-range gunfight with the R9, but he will not. Only the 1 kill. So look, Ultima right now, you've lost 1 tick on A, you've lost B. There's still a whole 2 minutes for 117 Not Found to make this offensive push happen. You do have a slight life advantage to work with, and already now 117 Not Found, they are on their way. They've already started picking up the kills, Andy. This is not good.
Just the finesse. The double chow through kitchen and through money window. I mean, we have to have some heroics, and Gore looks to deliver on the goods. Second segment might still being looked at. You got Ikram with the sniper inside the pool, keeping his feet wet, able to find 2. Saturn's is here as well. Third segment being worked on now.
Third segment about to go through here. Ultima got to get the running boots on right about now. Ikram and Satins, well, they're going to take the players just sprinting full speed towards the hill down. I mean, look, despite the life disadvantage there at the start of that initial push, 117 Not Found, they make it happen. And I think more convincingly as well, they've got streaks to work with coming in towards this defense.
It's just how quickly they were able to isolate all of these players and then being able to utilize their numbers to finesse, bait and switch, whatever you decide to call it, just to completely uproot them from ever having a defensive setup. So sides may swap, but the name stays the same in the kill feed. 117 not found off of those streaks that you were talking about there, Brody. Open things up ceremoniously to stop this B zone from getting the first segment captured.
Ultima trying to convincingly get control of B. They can't do it. Not even that first tick is through just yet, but Gore's going to find a couple of kills, aiming for number 3 now. B, that first tick should be through, and it will be. Immediate streaks now coming out from 117 as well. Gore should be able to take advantage of this. Sans was just in the Predator missile, not actually going to be able to walk away with that kill just yet. Sans will actually find it over towards B, but Ultima's still knocking at the door over by A, and it is only for a moment because Ikram immediately is going to shut that down with the Annihilator. And now Ultima here, not the start they wanted whatsoever. They have to deal with the Gravity Vortex gun on the stairs coming out from Slayer. It's not an operator you see that often here in Call of Duty Mobile, and while it wasn't really that effective at keeping Ultima at bay.
Yeah, it's still a really good operator to have for yourself when it comes down to raid, especially with these narrow choke points. Misses the first. Ikram will connect onto the second. Gore just trying to sprint across the pool. Not going to be favorable at all. Sixa also invest the War Machine and just get trapped in the pool box. I mean, this is just disastrous, especially because Lucky is all the way inside of the garage, is watching these players try to challenge him through the weight room. And it's just not pretty, is it? I double the amount of lives. Only a single segment captured over at B. No respawns remaining. 117 not found. Looking to take a 2-0 lead here in map 3.
Yeah, there's just not a lot of win conditions left on the plate here, is there, for Ultimate? And he goes from bad to worse as well. Lucky is just taking these guys down before they could even spawn in. Now, Daytel and Haspect have got themselves on towards B, but the swarm is now arriving. 117 not found, looking to overwhelm them and suffocate them inside the point. A second tick is all they will get. No capture to speak of. And now Ultima have to pull off, well, the ultimate reverse sweep in this series. A reverse sweep in the control, a reverse sweep in the series overall.
Yeah, it's easy, right?
No.
It's easy, right? Okay. I needed the affirmation there. 15 kills for Ikram. Will get blooded immediately, but I mean, that's 15 kills seemingly almost unanswered with the sniper rifle. Ultima, upsetty spaghetti about how the previous 2 rounds went, decide to get aggressive, and they don't lose a single life through the opening break off, and now all the map positioning is theirs.
This has been a brilliant start from Ultima here in this round. The first real signs of life we've seen from them since that hard point. But it is going to be a breakout coming through from 117 not found. 3 kills in the feed will give 117 now an opportunity to move forward. Of course, they still do have a streak in the back pocket from Saturn's ready to go if they do need that lifeline. Phone a friend. Nope, we've got a streak in the back pocket ready to go. But 117 are now still falling here to Ultima. All the kills being made. Daytel finds the double over by A. And just as quickly as 117 not found get out of that spawn trap, they find themselves right back in it with a, what, 13 life disadvantage.
This should be a full hold. The biggest question right now for Ultima, can you maintain this full hold without using any one of your operators? You're going to want those, especially in the upcoming offense, 22 versus 7. And for 117 not found, just hold on to your Predator missile, hold on to your 3 operators, because you're going to need that in response for rounds to come. But Ultima, through the aggression, just straight sprinted through ring. I think there was only one player that pushed through rocks in P5 to be able to try to work that pinch through Zig stairs. Ikram will find 2. And you would think that maybe that could be an opportunity to maybe hop onto the zone, but there's only 4 seconds remaining. There's only 4 players remaining. And ultimately, we're finally going to get around on the board.
Yeah, no time left on the clock here. So despite the fact that there were 3 players left on the board, 117 will not be positioned to use them to their advantage. So Ultima hit. The start of the ultimate reverse sweep has begun. As you said, they did not use any of the operators there towards the end to try and drive that point home. They still have them here on this offensive effort. And it's going to be an A push to kick this one off. Saturn's on our screens with a Sparrow in hand. What can he do? First kill versus Sixers looking pretty good. He's looking to take all these players down. Really channel his inner Hawkeye to get this one done. Players down range. Saturn's not really landing any of these arrows and finally does get shut down. Fortunately enough, there is a backstop in the form of Ikram and Lucky, both of whom have to use their operators. 117 though, it will be a successful hold.
I mean, starting off, popping 2 operators immediately. Lucky opened up, spawned in with the War Machine in hand, seemingly. Predator Missile also going to get invested here by Saturn's. It's going to take down Gore over by Driveway. So now this B push gets completely stuffed. And just when you spawn up, Equalizer around the way for Grizz. you still have to worry about Ikram, who's up to 22 eliminations, just sitting over by AC, waiting for these spawners to come all the way through, but some value maybe to be found by Aspect Daytel, able to find two. Can they get on this B zone and stop the clock?
That advantage is huge for 117, not found here. Ultima, though, looking to get it done via tick progression. Amin's going to start proceedings with that first kill. Slayer's going to bring that Gravity Vortex gun down to try and do some damage prevention. It's not really working out in their favor, though. Ultima are winning these trades, and they still have players being pesky towards a point. Aspect's going to take Saturn's down. Now you're seeing an investment coming out from Gore over by B2, or over by A2, excuse me. Ultima are trying to hedge their bets here on how they want to win out this round, and with all the kills being made over by B, that is going to add an extra 60 seconds to the board. 117 not found. Do not push this anymore. Just look for map control.
9v13, still very doable, but again, Ikram is in your spawn. That's a problem. So long as you can find value through the front, if you're Ultima, Ikram is a non-benefactor for this hold whatsoever. Yeah, gonna have to give it up and go through bottom bedroom just to make sure that he can work this pinch with his teammate. It's Saturn's on the zone. Trade still coming through the middle of the map. Ultima are bringing this life deficit back.
Still, though, Ultima don't really have many options left. That early damage from 117 not found, that accumulation of all the operators and streaks they had in the back pocket has been so damaging to Ultimate. They're relying on secret weapons like Amy in the backline. He does get found out and doubled up on by 117 not found. Double lives, double the chances to close out this control for 117 over Ultimate. Saturn's keeping an eye on both the entry points from Sixer and Gore. Sixer with a slide out will shut Saturn's down. So it's a slow and steady bit of progression coming out from Ultimate. And look at now how they're formulating the push through the middle of the map here. Grizz, the player that will be ready for it. The R9, probably the best weapon you want in this situation. And Grizz shows exactly why with the first couple of kills. Only one player survives that onslaught, and it's Gore. And they don't survive for long. Ultima find themselves 3-1 down in the control and a 3-0 loss in the series.
Yeah, I will say rather decisive after the first set of hard points coming through from 117 not found. And it is brought to you by Grizz, Saturn's R9 shotguns in tow. That is absolutely insane incarnate. I mean, Ultima had what? One good round, and it was round number 3 where they were able to decisively win the opening break-off, let alone push all the way to the spawn of 117 not found. But then 117 coming back into that final round, much to my point, holding on to all their operators. They knew the assignment. They just had to make sure that they did not scam at the end of that round that was already lost, and just make sure that they maintain their operator advantage going in towards that last round that we saw there on that screen, right, Brody? Where you had all the operators being popped. You had Ultima try to respond in kind, but 117 not found, much like how in the map number 1 on Hacienda, we're infinitely finding more value with their operators comparatively to the counterparts of Ultima.
And you know what's funny about that control, right, is the fact that Ultima ultimately did actually have the most convincing control rounds of the two teams. It was the one control round they won. It was the one where 117 not found were bullied into their spawn, not once, but twice. They broke out once, and it was a short-lived breakout at that. I will say I kind of attribute that somewhat to the fact that they didn't use any of those operators in a realistic situation. When your backs are against the wall, you probably would see some kind of utilization. But yeah, I mean, Ultima, that was a close map for what it was worth, but still a 3-0. Big reason why Ikram again, not entirely sure if it's Karma or not. I think we're just going to call them Ikram for the fact that they've got the 117 tag, and that's what they've chosen to go by. 27 and 12, almost triple positive by my maths.
And all those kills were with the snipers, just by the way. Maybe some operator usage, but that's just quite scary to think about. I mean, Gore 25 and 23, that is definitely a nice stat line, but it's all the kills that were being found, even comparatively to what we saw in the map number 1, that just did not like translate into map positioning at all.
Man.
You know what? Right now, 117 are fighting to be the top team in the region, okay? They saw, you know, obviously Exclusive started out the day with a strong 3-0. Now 117 does the same. The real test of their mettle will be what happens when they face off against Exclusive, because that's what we look for throughout the entire season. That's the whole point of then getting to the challenge finals. And now Exclusive and 117 Brody have to battle it out for that first available spot in those challenge finals.
Yeah, for sure. And I think looking forward to this matchup, I think the question becomes, for 117 not found, was what they did versus Ultima in that 3-0, would it be good enough against exclusive, right? And I would argue, you know, you go back to those questions about the strategies that we saw in the search and destroy, for example, right, where, you know, they were just running at them on the offense, basically all 6 offensive rounds. It was just pure unpadded aggression. I don't think that's going to work against exclusive. Maybe it will. I don't know. I'm not a strategy mastermind. I'm not the one sitting there with the search and destroy strategy playbook, but still, I don't think that's going to work against exclusive. So I do wonder kind of, again, how deep their strategies are going to a match like exclusive.
Let alone their map picks, just to make sure that they can get themselves a favorable map set versus exclusive, who again have a lot of VOD. They can end up going to the drawing board and make sure they get the best map set possible. But same could be said for Ultima. I mean, their day might be over, but now they have to hit the drawing board immediately because their continuation tomorrow is going to be quite vital to see if they can make it to the Challenger Finals.
It's like you read my mind. I was literally going to ask you this, Proper, so thank you for being on top of it as always. Now, like we keep hyping up, we still have one more match left on the day. Before we get into that match, so we're going to send to a break, get our players a little bit of time to get themselves ready to go for the final match of the day. So we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. You're watching the Snapdragon Pro Series.
The Snapdragon Pro Series is brought to you by Snapdragon Elite Gaming, Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra, Monster Energy, and DHL.
Looks like the players are ready. Here we go!
All right, everybody, welcome back. Thanks so much for hanging with us as we prepare to get into our third and final match of the first day of our challenge season here in EU for Call of Duty Mobile, which also means it will be the first team that will be clinching their spot in our challenge finals at the end of all of this. So this is going to be a big one. Right now, we've got the top team in the region in exclusive going up against 117, probably one of our top 3 teams, but exclusive just has been really ahead above the rest right now. So this is going to be an interesting way to kind of kick off our challenge season with our team starting to nail down those spots. Brody, let's start talking about this matchup here because we know who's playing. I think our picks probably are ready soon as well, so we can just dive into everything.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we've already got the picks. So, I mean, let's start right. Incredible. Lauren, that's incredible. You summoned us the picks. Love to see it. Right off the rip. We're already seeing it. And a Hackney Yard, which honestly, like this early on in the season, I'm not surprised per se to see a Hackney Yard pick coming out. I am surprised to see it being picked by exclusive. Maybe one of those things where it's just like, look, you know, we've got to put it in a series somewhere. Let's do it now while we've got kind of another chance to qualify if it goes wrong for us.
You better start learning now.
Yeah.
That might be a map mode combination that is either going to be a hard veto versus the other top teams, or it's going to be one of your best. But hey, we still got the firing range, we still got the hacienda, so it feels like home here in this best of 5.
I was not prepared to be this excited before we got into the match.
You would be the only person that would see a Hackney Yard hardpoint and be like, yes! Yeah!
I had a whole conversation before the show today about how this was the one new map addition that hadn't been picked. The other 2 new maps had been picked, and the swapped mode map combos had been selected, but not Hackney Yard. So we're going to get to see something new here in our first day of the challenge season, which will also be very exciting. And we'll see what exclusive could do with it. I like your theory here, Brody, that this could be the perfect opportunity to have a little bit of a testing ground.
Yeah, it just feels right? I think early on in the season, you do see this, right? When you see like changes to the map pool, new maps coming through, just get them out early on where your matches are arguably less important so that, look, if it's a problem for us later on in the season, maybe we're not a Hackney Yard team, that's when we need to veto that thing in this process. I don't know if exclusive are going to be that kind of team, to be honest with you. Again, you know, if they are the team to beat here, they should be comfortable in this series regardless.
All right, well, I think this, what's sure to be a really interesting match now, is ready to go. I haven't done it to you. Yes, I'm going to do it to you on the toss. When you guys are talking about it, give me your predictions. Okay, bye. Have fun.
No, we're just going to ignore that she said that. We're not doing predictions. Look, honestly, I wouldn't know how to call this either way, Andy, just because of the fact that Exclusive here, they come into this and we haven't really seen much of them whatsoever. Not only did we literally not get to see their match earlier on today, even though we know it was a 3-0, but the one match we have got to see from them this season, it was the 1-3-0 versus Revenge. And what does that really tell us beyond team that we expect to absolutely throttle Team B did throttle Team B? I mean, like, there's nothing to take away there. This is going to be the first real test. This is going to be our first opportunity to see what we look to expect out of these teams.
Yeah, Lauren, I know it's been a while since DreamHack, but you should understand I don't do those predictions. That's just silly. I'm not a betting man, but you're definitely taking Exclusive, though. Come on. Slam that over. Look, you know what I'm most excited for? I'm just going to completely ignore everything you just said. It's like how, like, P2. I want to see a War Machine breaking P2 on Hackney Yard. I can't believe it is 2024 and I'm looking at this map mode combination.
Yeah, if it was like a fever dream in a way.
Spots are back. Yes.
Oh, dearie me. It feels like, now it is worth saying for anybody who's been a long-standing COD Mobile fan, this is not the first time we'll have seen Hackney Yard in competitive play. I believe it was in play, I want to say, a couple of years ago in Domination, but not in Hardpoint as far as I'm aware. And one of the key parts of Hardpoint on Hackney Yard is the fact that whoever spawns on the side towards P2 gets a hell of an advantage because of those close spawns. And that's why you're seeing some of those early fights already starting to go down on the map. Towards the hill, though, Creed's looking to do some serious damage with the R9. Can't really find much value with it. Instead, it's going to have to be Veer looking to try and get those kills, and they can't do anything either. So 117 not found should be able to garner the rest of that scrap time. We talk about that all-important rotation, Andy. Exclusive, they're the ones that have it.
I was about to say, I mean, Slayer was over there by the blue fence for such a long time that you felt like that maybe it should enforce spawn outs, and it did, but the numbers weren't that favorable until this moment of time. But again, from all those spawn outs, Neil can start assaulting over by the blue fence, but it is a spawn behind me, I spawn behind you type of situation, but the story still remains the same. Top P2 in the tire shop is being held by Exclusive.
I guess the one benefit here to the team that's approaching the hard point from the outside is that they do get relatively close spawns towards the middle of the map, so they're not completely removed from the hill. And to be fair, they will win the vast majority of gunfights there as we see the pinstripe kill feed coming in towards effect. It is going to be Exclusive who hold for the moment. Spy was the last one inside for the back 30 seconds, and uncharacteristically here for Hackney Yard Hardpoint, P2 does get broken. 117 not found. I mean, short of some kind of solid break coming through from Exclusive, and Caesar, he will definitely try with the first couple of kills here. Perhaps even number 3. Surely not. No, Grizz will not allow it. Fortunately enough for Caesar, Creed and Veer were there for the follow-up kills. Okay, Exclusive do get that scrap time, but still 117 not found, taking the 15 to 20 seconds they did. They'll be pleased with that.
Ooh, Slayer, nice movement and good assistance from Lucky again to help his teammates stay alive. Across the rotation over towards P3 we go, but I will say this much comparatively to last time you and I casted this map mode combination back in MW 2019, Brody, is that we didn't have R9 shotguns to be able to help things out coming up those staircases, so could be something that Grizz could really find value in, much like we saw in that best of 5 versus Ultima. The rotation here over towards Stacks will be here immediately. 117 not found, broken up. Exclusive still looking at this 40 seconds. It's good time.
Already start to see some of these operators coming into play. Neil utilizing it for control of the hill. It's going to be pre-fire around the corner. Of course, those claw bullets do bounce off the walls, but they will not bounce to any effect here because 117 not found. Find a flurry of engagement that should get in towards the hard point. Now Exclusive looking to try and fight back. Caesar's going to be shut down here. Exclusive are continuing to send reinforcement after reinforcement towards the hill, and why the hell not, as a blue kill feed comes together for Exclusive. They're able to get control of the last 10 to 15 seconds. Now, once again, we look over towards the rotation. Should be 117 not found touching first. Well, never mind.
Over towards the office building, and the thing about just this office building in general, you can see they're on the approach specifically for Neil. The hard point may be down low, but up top here inside the Stacks, and let alone inside of the office building alone, are a multitude of power positions to cut down rotations. Grizz up top with the equalizer, taking a very egregious gunfight. Is going to get gunned on his way back towards top office, but good early time coming through from 117 not found. Saturn's going to pull out the Sparrow as well, just to try to reinforce this next 20 seconds, and wouldn't you know it, he's finding value with it.
It's just so difficult here. Of course, the Sparrow's area of effect there with the explosions is relatively small, but it is big enough that it will cover basically every single doorway inside this hard point. So big reason why 117 not found are able to hold control early on. Now Exclusive looking to approach this one from a multitude of different angles. Neil will end up falling to Grizz inside, but traded on out. So Slayer now isolated. What damage can they do? Not able to hit any of their shots into towards either Spy nor Creed. Potential flank from Ikram, who will not find any more than just one kill. So Exclusive will look to break back through for the last 10 seconds here as we go towards the final kill of this rotation. And the Exclusive hit just a small advantage that is about to dissipate.
Yeah, very scrappy P3 and a really good P4 coming through from 117 not found. And this is everything that we were talking about on that Hacienda map 1 versus Ultima. Their operator usage is just absolutely sublime. Spy pulls out the operator, the Annihilator is immediately able to find one, but over towards P5 is where you might have to find value with it again. You still have the upstairs you got to be worried about. There was one player still lurking in the distance. Was Slayer dealt with in kind. Close spawns coming through over by the useless building for Exclusive, looking to hold on and entrench themselves for this 40 seconds.
This is big investment coming out from Exclusive. It was the Annihilator from Spy. Now it's going to be the Equalizers from Creed. They only find two. Next up to bat is going to be the War Machine from Veer. All of this equating to early control from Exclusive. Veer not able to find much value whatsoever from that War Machine. And now 117 not found, no longer knocking at the door. They have kicked that thing down. They are in towards the kill here for the back 20 seconds. And my, oh my, what a close hardpoint this has been, Andy. Everything we could have asked from a Hackney Yard hardpoint, it has been given to us. 117 not found as we get into the second set of rotations here, Andy. Again, an ever so slight advantage.
Yeah, candidly speaking, never asked for it, but I didn't know how much I missed it. 125 to 121 into the second set we go. And even at the back 15 seconds, you already saw 117 not found players trying to rotate over towards the blue picket fence, trying to get those spawns for P2. That's how important that money hill is. You'll see it time and time again the more we get into Hackney Yard. Grizz with another equalizer inside of P1. Oh, it's excruciatingly painful. Able to find himself up on 3. Will be traded out. Spawns will still be there for Exclusive on the better side of the map, but it's 117 still accruing more time.
117 know how every single second of time they could get is gold dust here in this hard point. Lucky trying to fire some War Machine pellets, none of them really landing to great effect. Grizz towards the hard point itself is actually not just going to find a double. We'll make that a triple there with the R9. Has not been traded out as well, so get to 4 for the back of the Hunter Killer Drone. 117 not found here. Almost solely off the firepower. Grizz inside that hill are holding on towards that time, but just as quickly as you talk about it, Exclusive should be good for the scrap. And now with the mid-map presence, they're forcing 117 not found to spawn out all the way across the map here, Andy, while they once again get control of the money kill that is P2.
Still trailing by 21 seconds, but it might not matter because of the setup coming over towards P2. You already got players spawning in over by Useless for Exclusive. No operators to speak of. You have one online for Saturns and one online for Slayer. Should they want to pull that bad boy out, might need it because they could be staring down a barrel of 60 seconds earned for Exclusive.
Yeah, these kills are everything. This is the thing. You have to have players outside the hard point, keeping these guys at bay. If not, the close spawns will be good for 117 not found. They're already trying to get on the left side of kill. Neil is there, though, to deal with it with a couple of kills. 117 not found. Try as they might to crack this egg, they cannot get it done. No yoke is coming out. Exclusive just continue to kick these guys down away from the kill. 25 seconds left, and you have to wonder, at what point is it even worth challenging when Spy is doing that? A 4-piece for them. Exclusive get basically a 460 off the hill, and this is why it is so damaging, because you end up giving streaks away to the other side more and more you put effort into that hard point.
Damn, Spy. Feels good to see you on the screen again, big fella. 32 eliminations. And from the Predator missile, got all the information that everybody was trapped inside of the office building. A spawn out does occur for Neil, all the way back behind P5. So it's about holding the line through the middle of the map for the rest of the players who are Exclusive. And 117 not found. Oh, they were late to recognize that Neil was pushing through back over towards P5. But it is a keep your head on a swivel of a situation. As soon as P3 pops, more operators available. Exclusive knocking down the door.
Yeah, that could be a detrimental moment here in this game. 117 not found have held on to this game against Exclusive by controlling these hills, by being so 50-50 with them being broken early on in this one. Is detrimental after what happened in that last one. Exclusive now no longer in for the time, though. 117 not found with those close spawns towards that back alley side. Will continue to send player after player towards the hill. We're going back and forth from player to player as well, looking for some kind of angle, some kind of player to watch while all this action goes down. Player number 4 sees is going to be the one we end up on as they look towards the rotation. And I think the headliner there in that hard point, Andy, is ultimately the 117 not found did not get the solid hold they wanted after what happened in the prior hard point.
But you remember what happened on P4, the first set of hard points, and that was 117 not found. It's a hard point to accrue just about 60 points, and it was thanks to Grizz with the equalizer. Gets shut down. Slayer's got the gravity vortex cannon to try to shut down these narrow doorways and try to really isolate a lot of these players to come through the narrow choke points that are through these small doorways inside of P4. But the contest comes through. Operator still being popped. Saturn shut down. Exclusive trying to get back inside of the hill.
Caesar's going to find 2 with the Sparrow. Neil's going to follow up with another one as well. This is a big investment coming out from both sides with the operators. Again, 117 not found. Know how important getting control of this hardpoint is. Again, you said it, mate. This was a money hardpoint for them on the last rotation. And Spy, once again, is being the player to step up for exclusive. Finds the double. Is still alive towards this hardpoint as well. And now the next operator to come out is going to be Neil with the claw. This has not been anywhere near as successful as last time around. And Neil is really driving that point home with 3, looking for number 4. Spy's going to take those kills away, but Exclusive have made their mark on this game. This is yet another hard point that 117 not found did not want to go this way.
Rotation over towards New has 2 players here already for 117 not found, but look at Caesar just lying in wait up top. Neil trying to get through the front door. Spy's gonna call on a Predator missile. Creed is also right there to clean up too. Oh, it's broken up before the hell even pops, and now you have operators to keep them at bay.
117 not found. They might well be finding some kills, but it's not fully convincing just yet. Exclusive are only a few seconds away. If you're a Slayer, if you're Ikram, you've got to get towards this hill right about now. I just don't know if they can. Ikram goes down. Can anybody touch in time? No. Exclusive. They have to work for it in the second set, but work for it, well, they absolutely do. A 1-0 start in this series.
I mean, that is just a massive moment on 2 different hard points, specifically for that P2 that came through for exclusive. Again, for 117 not found at the end of P5 for that first set of hard points, we're immediately trying to play for the spawns, and through all the scrap and all the warfare, it was actually exclusive that came out on top, not only on the spawns, but also on the power positions as well, specifically for Spy, anchoring that cop car outside of useless. I can't believe I'm remembering, let alone all these callouts in the power positions, and we're seeing it come through here in 5v5 in 2024, but exclusive looked damn good on Hackney Yard Hardpoint. They got broken up on P2 in the first set, sure, and P4 was very good for 117 not found, but it was expensive. They took about 3 operators, specifically for Grizz with that equalizer, and then the Sparrow that came through from Saturn to really get about 50 points there on P4, but then going in towards the second set, it was just a non-stop ballistic warfare coming through for exclusive. Once they found themselves on the better side of the map for P2, they did not look back. They broke P3 so quickly, and the same for P4. Exclusive. Hackney Yard might have to be added into one of their better maps.
You know what's funny as well, right, is I was actually going to be relatively critical of exclusive on the first set for their P2 hold. I was going to say, you know, you do need players to get outside the hard point and keep those guys at bay. And it's almost like I didn't need to make that criticism because they learned it as they got into the second set, right? You had the likes of, you know, Spy and Neil outside of the hard point doing the damage, keeping 117 not found well away from the hard point. And that is the difference maker. When you can hold P2 like that, when you've got players in the correct power positions, it really is made clear as to why this is the most important rotation, not just on Hackney Yard Hardpoint, but the single most important rotation, arguably, in probably Hardpoint history, I would say. Like, I think looking back towards historical hardpoints across all Call of Duty titles, the rotation from P1 to P2 is integral because it's one of the easiest hills to hold. And on that second set, exclusive showed you exactly how to get it done. Of course, they did also get some kills as well, it is worth saying, and Spy was a big part of that. 46 and 26 to close out that game with over 60 seconds in the hardpoint. Spy was a hell of a player for exclusive on that hardpoint.
I think that Spy also is up there for snap of the week as well during that P2. The way he just ripped one player off of the top off his window is absolutely absurd, and then pulled out the Annihilator and then just got to work. I mean, 40 out of Grizz. Look, we know what we're going to expect. Look, again, that guy has tasted championships before. He did play on that Kings roster. He's played against this exclusive roster, and we always expect him to show up with numbers like that, but the positional advantage just simply was not there comparatively for exclusive, who are firing off on all cylinders. players. Things we expect out of the #1 team in Europe, especially for these 5 who have stuck together.
Yeah, for sure. Well, look, them sticking together is going to give them a mass advantage going in towards this next game, because I believe we've got a fire and range search and destroy coming up next. And it's worth saying, this was by far and away their strongest map mode combination back in Season 4. They were very, very good at fire and range search and destroy. So to see them keep the same roster going in towards this season, well, I imagine we're going to see those same fortunes at kicking off this S&D. But look at this changing strategy to kick things off for 117 not found. Smoke through the middle of the map, immediately looking to draw that first blood, and they do, but the response from Exclusive is just as venomous, if not more so.
Dealing with Caesar, though, was going to be the ace up the sleeve for Exclusive. If you can lurk around the training dummies, dealt with. Bomb carrier, though, for Saturns, I love the decision just to lie in wait for maybe another kill before he plants that rock. Isolated players, Ikram, continuing on with what he was able to produce on that Express S&D in the raid control in their previous match.
3 for 1 before. Lucky perfectly predicts the corner. And I tell you what, mate, that is a strategy rips right out of the playbook. Oh, Omniscient from the very first matchup again versus Kings Clan. It's something we saw them do early on to steal rounds away from Kings Clan back in that very first best of 5 back in Season 4. That sort of play, something you don't see that often, but it was definitely something they would do. So I'd imagine Saturn's and Lucky with the players to make that call. Now in towards this one. Same kind of strategy once again. Smoke going to be down for that initial first blood. Lucky's going to draw it, but there is going to be a trade coming through from Creed.
Ooh, Caesar with the Odin just getting inside of a power position, trying to keep these players at bay. Again, this entire building is all paper mache. And in this 4v3s for Exclusive, I love the discipline. Don't get over aggressive. Do not give any lives away.
Things will slow down after the initial flurry of engagements. Will make the situation even more advantageous here for Exclusive. 117 not found, forced to make a choice as to where they want to get the bomb down. I don't know if they really have much of a choice anymore. Satins is out of the play. It's all down to Slayer. And the Type 19 and the sniper rifle ready to go. Type 19 going to take that first engagement and doesn't actually get tagged for the second. Slayer somehow converts this down to a 1 versus 2. Knows where the second players are coming from as well. Perfect read onto these players, but not perfect shot. Creed will stop the insanity before it really begins. But Slayer makes that significantly closer than it needs to be.
That second kill was insane. Gotta be something in the water here on firing range. You get a sniper rifle and you're playing on a 117 not found. You're just due for a couple good snapperoos like that. Exclusive not looking to go down 0-2. Offense is now going to take their efforts over towards B.
And look at this aggression coming out from Grizz. Not only using that R9 to get in towards the site, but pushing out of it as well. It's going to force Exclusive to take even more time for this inevitable retake as the bomb does go down. Nice nade in towards the site, but there you go. You're seeing that effectiveness from Grizz. The second one comes through. It's Satins that picks up the kill. It doesn't matter. Via, have fun with this one, mate, because you are not getting back in that site.
I mean, what else do you want to say? It's just Grizz, baby. That guy, if you get the rest of the team in a position that Grizz can go unnoticed to get inside of 10 like that, absurd. Just jumping out, looking for an RK off the top ropes. Big second round and a half for themselves for 117 not found. Again, just looking for this first blood via the scopes one more time, not getting aggressive through Banana. And it's caused a considerable amount of doubt for Exclusive on where this hit might be coming from because they haven't really found much of information.
Yeah, I think 117 not found. They've thrown a few different strategies at Exclusive early on in this search and destroy. This one is significantly more passive. Just waiting for some kind of information from Exclusive. I don't know if Exclusive are going to give it to him.
Just about to be at 60 seconds for this round, all 10 players alive. And yeah, I was about to ask, like, you almost feel like the onus has to come down to Grizz to try to be the tip of the spear, but it comes through in 2 quick kills for Exclusive.
Oh, there is a nice trade from Ikram. So this does go down to a 3 versus 4 at least, but still, you have to imagine there has to be some kind of individual heroics here with 50 seconds on the clock to make happen. Oh, Ikram spots out Veer, but just spends a little bit too long scoping in on him. And now for the last remaining players here for 117 not found. Again, we need to see these individual heroics coming out from these players. Satins does actually take Neil down, but again, the numbers work in favor of Exclusive. That's what happens there when you've got them to work with. Slayer. 1 versus 3, down to a 1 versus 2, has already whipped the player ahead of one player, but the bomb being out of his grasp is a problem.
20 seconds. Got to make something magical happen. And again, this is what we expect out of exclusive. Veer, Spy doubled up together through jungle. They're going to allow Slayer to try to make the winning play, which is trying to collect that bomb and get that bomb planted, but a little bit too wise. Spy is trying to get through the training dummies to stop this play today.
I don't even know if the bomb's going to go down. Yeah, it won't. Spy will not let that happen. So yeah, big round from exclusive. And I think a great response from the changing of the play from 117 not found, trying to play that one more passive. Exclusive again, not the kind of roster, we talked about this, to just get hyper aggressive stupidly so. They're not going to do that.
Any adaptations come all the way through. Nades over the top ceremoniously, but looks to be a little bit more forward approach over towards A. And while exclusive do have players in a position to try to stop this, but Caesar immediately blooded. 10 controls here for Grizz.
Caesar was trying to counteract what 117 not found had been doing by getting towards a forward position before 117 not found could get there. But Grizz is going to win that race and wins the fight as well through the bomb site though. Neil's going to take Saturn's down, not before the bomb is planted. So 4 versus 4 we go. Trades towards the middle of the map. Now a 3 versus 3. Exclusive trying desperately to get in towards the site. It's a flurry of kills. Ultimately, is it going to favor 117 not found? Yes, it will. They've got the numbers towards the site. Slayer, peak 1v1 here as Spy looks spot off the 1 versus 2. And he knows exactly where to look here in the final 1v1. Lucky has the perfect weapon over the top. They go, though, for the snipe. And 117 not found. Able to get that bomb down, able to hold it.
Just so close and yet so far away. Again, type 19 versus the sniper that can go for jump peaks. Even the nade confirmed not on the bomb itself. So 1 round lead again comes through for 117. Opening breakoff is going to see immediate efforts inside of wood for Ikram, trying to work this first blood, maybe versus Veer, who's been playing inside of American quite often, but very patient this time around. R117 not found. Again, we saw this a few rounds ago, did not go their way.
I know, I kind of almost wonder, right? I mean, you are anticipating those same kind of pushes out of exclusive as they did in that last round. What does that response look like on the final offensive effort? Do they have to be the team that moves first? These players from exclusive are held deeply in towards both of these sites, and here we go. Decision has been made from 117 not found. Hit towards the B site. Players from exclusive actually moved at the bomb. Basically the perfect time for 117 not found. All of the defense here on towards Spy towards the backline. He is going to find some value almost immediately. Can he play his life for a second? Lucky just about gets away, but the cavalry has arrived from exclusive here. They are ready for this.
Lucky was literally a single HP. 3v3 now as Slayer takes down Caesar in return. So Neil to worry about has a sniper rifle over by the A bomb site. But you can look at the players on the map for 117 not found. And with 40 seconds remain, not only do they have to recover the bomb, but try to regroup and take one of these sites together.
Yeah, that bomb being as far in towards ties as it is just so frustrating. For 117 not found. Slayer has to be the player, if anything, to get this one done. Lucky can't on the other side. Slayer will find some value. It is yet another 1 versus 3, though. Changes the route a little bit on this bomb pickup. He doesn't really know that there's not any players around those. He has to exhaust a lot of time off the clock that they have, and there's not really a lot left of it to check every single corner before going for the bomb. Is Neil just outside the range of that audio check? Yes, they are. Slayer again. Just going to use it to try and draw a player out. It will not. Bomb going down. Can Slayer get away is the question, because Spy should have seen him through the middle of the map. Will make the comp to Neil. Slayer gets away and gets away with the kill against Spy. Now a 1 versus 1. And you know where Neil is because you've already peeked him on that initial. There goes the engagement, and Slayer pulls off the 1 versus 3.
Wow. I mean, you want to talk about a unwinnable situation. Slayer just turns it into a winnable one, just being able to isolate information and being able to isolate the players, let alone find the kills, catching some really good timing. We'll get up to 8 kills through 6 rounds. 4-2 half. Now it's exclusive's turn for the offense, looking to get aggro.
Here we go. Creed's checking that corner as well, because it's what they tried to do in the prior defensive round. They don't check the player getting towards sight. Slayer's able to get away. Bloody murder. He finds 3 kills literally for 3. They were not watching that push whatsoever. Ikram finds number 4. And Neil is the player pushed furthest back. You know that because he's the sniper player for the roster. In the toilet you go, buddy. You might as well get yourself locked in there for a little bit.
Lock the door, put on the do not disturb sign. Able to find 1, almost gets the snap, but Slayer's just gonna hold down the trigger with the type 19. The past 2 rounds has been all the Slayer show. Absolutely showing up for his team. Found 4 in that round. insane scenes with the timing that he was able to get with nobody watching the push that he was able to manifest for himself. Now 117 not found, just 2 rounds away. 2 more defenses, and they'll be able to tie up the series, Brody.
Phenomenal start from 117 not found. And it gets even better as well. Grizz is one of those players that will go aggressive when he needs to be and immediately takes full control over Wood. Finds a couple of kills, and yeah, he will lose his life for it, but you will take that trade all day long. Exclusive are slowly but surely turning the tide back in their favor of this round. They've brought this all the way down to a 2 versus 2.
Gonna look to regroup with one another as well. Might just be a push all the way through jungle, you would think. I mean, you got Neil with the sniper, and nobody was pushing through over by A. The biggest issue is that you don't have any confirmation who's inside that mid building. Maybe there's somebody lurking inside of American. But your biggest benefactor here for exclusive in this 2v2 is you do have the game clock on your side. You have plenty of time to work this map and get the info.
You're not watching A, though. And that's the biggest problem here. Lucky is not positioned inside Tin to do really anything about this A push. Saturn's, I mean, he can defend jungle, but you're not stopping this bomb going down over towards A. And when you do have to make this retake happen, you're not going to be together to get it done. Lucky's hoping for some kind of exit frag over the site. Spy through the bomb, looking for some AA. He finds it against Lucky. That's information. You know where some of this push is coming from now. Right over the top. Does it land? No, it does not. Spy is going to survive it almost perfectly. You know Lucky's going to have a sniper rifle. For these peaks, they do have to be brief. Here comes the push through the caravan as well from Saturn straight out towards the site. Saturns will find it. Now Neil on the other side. Now the 1v1. Sniper versus sniper. Lucky versus Neil. Lucky tries to bait the player out and actually finds the kill as well. Neil cannot hide from Lucky. Lucky is a master at pulling these kind of clutches up off on firing range.
Oh, just a bit outside. So close for Neil, yet so far away. He had one shot, one opportunity, and he misses wide. And Lucky did not miss the one shot required to be able to get his team up to map point. Need a response here for exclusive, and the response might just be aggression. Nades over the top to get inside of B. Nade misses a little bit wide, so Saturn's remotely goes unscathed, but you should know that a player should still be back on this side inside the smoke.
This is so difficult. Exclusive are going to win those trades off the bat here. But you haven't fully removed players from 117 not found on the side. Ikram just, again, makes things so difficult for exclusive here, and there's no immediate trade. Ikram gets away with murder, and he's ready for that second peek as well. We can see him via X-ray. Ikram, surprises Caesar there once again. Ikram has been so detrimental to exclusive, and again, Spy at the very least will find Grizz, but you're having to retreat all the way back here, and there are players from 117 pushed right up in your grill.
Does Neil know? He has to know. Slayer is lurking outside of the bathrooms. His homie went inside of the John, and he will not be able to watch him exit. Spy will take him down 2v2. Now, Lucky and Ikram are very isolated from one another. Lucky's going to get pushed away from looking over at A. The second A will come through. Bomb will be planted. Ikram's very hot on the pinch.
Yeah, but they got this retake working last time around, and yeah, it is a little bit different this time. Ikram in from behind. Big 1v1 against Neil. Oh, Ikram gets it done with a quick scope. And now Spy, the filling of a very nasty sandwich between both Lucky and Ikram. Ikram goes down, though. Now the 1v1. Lucky, once again, looking to win yet another crucial 1v1. Doesn't actually know that Spy's gone all the way back. It's anticipated the player towards the corner. Has no chance but to hop on the defuse, and Spy will not allow Lucky to win back-to-back 1 versus 1s. The search and destroy continues.
Staying alive for exclusive. It was a very aggressive hit over towards B that time around, and yeah, I mean, Saturn's, the fact that he still goes 1 for 1 inside of the raid party of that smoke is insane, to say the least. This time it's going to be aggression over towards A. Look at all the nades just being thrown over, but the biggest issue is you got to try to get inside the tin. Grizz, you know he's lurking in there with a shotty.
It's so annoying, isn't it? At the very least, Slayer has gone from this round, but you know that at any point Grizz could blow this play wide open. He has been pressured in towards Caravan, though. So the bomb's going down whether Grizz likes it or not. Grizz, as I said, looking for some exit frags, and the timing is horrendous for Grizz. Spy is able to escape their grasp. Still one man down here. 117 not found. Cannot find a way back into towards the site. There goes Saturn's. There goes Grizz in behind. Ikram has been spotted out and will find 1 kill. Elsewhere, Lucky finds another one as well. So this now goes down to a 2 versus 3 for 117 not found. But these kills will not go untraded. Ikram, 1 versus 3. 15 seconds on the clock. You've got to peek out towards these players. He's a phenomenal sniper. Is going to find the first and lasts a little bit longer than I expected. But still, again, exclusive. Starting to adapt here to 117.
One round out of time, and their biggest adaptation of everything just comes through from their post plan. Again, like, Neil will always be that player that is lurking all the way back showers and just waiting for anybody to try to push through, maybe for a flank, but nobody gets the confirmation that everything's coming from the front. He repositions through top wood and gets a nice angle to stop that push from happening. Still trailing by 2. Handful of rounds required for exclusive to force this into overtime. They've been first blooded. Neil will find that trade for 2. Why not?
Uh-oh. Feels like so much of this on Fire and Search and Destroy, as is always the case, has been down to what the snipers can produce. Neil is doing work for exclusive at the moment, and that should not be a surprise to anybody who's paid attention to Neil's career over the last couple of SPS seasons. But Lucky is going to take Creed down. Key information as well going their way. Surely Neil finds some value here. Surely he does. No, Neil. No, Neil. Oh, no, Neil. Oh, it's a breakdown from Neil. He misses every single shot, and Kram is going to punish him for it. Get that one of the top 5 fails right now.
Things you hate to see, but the bomb's still planted here at B. And both Fear and Caesar stacked together. Caesar will take down Lucky. 2v2.
If exclusive lose this round, Neil will be kicking himself. 2 big 1v1s going down towards the site. Fierce is going to lose theirs. But do you know that Caesar's positioned outside the site? Yes, you do. Caesar, no choice but to egregiously challenge for it. You can't take either of these players down. The retake is good, as is the search and destroy for 117 not found. I'll tell you what's not good, mate. Neil.
Well, all right, man.
He's a very good player.
You're picking one moment out of many good
we have to talk about that. We have to.
We can talk about it because they literally, if he lands just a single shot and he just goes 1 for 1, that round goes exclusive's way. Like, I don't think it's 100% that it goes exclusive's way, but the probability goes up closer to 100% than all the way down sub 50 the way it did there in that final 2v2. But you want to talk about a really good 4-2 half to come through from 117. Talk about Slayer, man. Like, this guy, through the last few rounds, I want to say like round 5 and 6, was just undeniable. And even going in towards the first round on defense, Spy was a continuation of all of that. Went in towards the opening round on 8 kills, left on 12. Talk about a catalyst for 117 not found to rally behind. And I know I didn't say it while we were on air, but I was talking about it in the digital green room that it was going to be the search and destroy that was going to catch exclusive by surprise. Firing range or not, we've been playing on this map mode combination for quite some time here in Call of Duty Mobile. 24 and 14 between Ikram and Slayer. 2 very high profile sniper rifles, but even Slayer with the Type 19 able to still get it done. 13 and 8 out of Spy. I mean, this guy has been a continuous issue, but the aggression for 117 not found, being able to isolate the information, being able to get Grizz in these very annoying positions only goes 8 and 10, but it's just the threat from the R9 shotgun inside of the trailer was more than enough pressure on offense and defense enough that kept exclusive at bay.
Yeah, I think so often casters kind of fall foul to, we're looking at these pure stats and that tells the entire story, and you're absolutely right? I think, you know, Grizz's progression early on to the search and destroy for those first offensive efforts from 117 not found, he was pivotal to keeping exclusive away from the sites. He was so crucial to winning so many of those first bloods that gave them entry towards the site. Yeah, I mean, Grizz is a massive player, so despite bottom fragging for the roster there, he is a huge reason why 117 not found are able to get that one done, and they do tie the series up at 1-1. Next up, we've got a raid control, and going back to season 4, exclusive, this was easily their weakest game mode. Again, asterisk, because control is everyone's weakest game mode, but it was easily weakest game mode, and so again, you go back to, this is maybe an opportunity for 117 not found, if they hadn't already, which they now have, to find a way into this series.
It's raid, baby. That mode combination we've seen in quite some time. It has been around, I want to really say, ever since it came into the fold for control, I should say. But 26v24 through the opening salvo. Again, if you lose this opening break, this spawn trap, not as detrimental as Arsenal, but still pretty damning.
117 not found here. They're winning the engagements as well. Creed is really the only one that can do anything about this through money window, and they find a little bit of value. Slayer's going to take them down. So now the next real effort here, the next best thing for exclusive, is to try and send players in towards a spawn trap. A is gone, regardless. A is absolutely gone. We have over 2 minutes on the clock now for 117 not found to make a push over towards B, but there's the kills from Spy. It's going to send the players back towards the spawn. Are there exclusive players there to deal with a spawn trap? No, there are not. So 117 not found, back to square one, but A is gone.
60 seconds, added on towards the board, and you still got to be worried about Spy through P5 rocks. Able to double down, and it's good map positioning to have for yourself. I mean, you were able to get the more difficult of the two zones, but we've seen full ring holds before.
Things will calm down here momentarily. 117 not found. Looking to push the issue through a couple of different lanes here, or perhaps, is this going to be a full hit around the flank? Looks like that's what 117 not found are positioning for. Spy with a pre-fire. Creed is also in the corner here. First blood is good for Creed. No immediate trade. Spy is also ready for this one. The read was good from Exclusive. The kills for the most part are as well. Creed still a little bit more to do. And can he take all these players that can? Yes, he can. Looking for number 3 as well. Creed with extra bullets in the body. And why the heck not? That is a perfect read from Exclusive and a perfect reaction as well.
Sure is. Now just under 1 minute, 7v14. They're trying to brute force their way all the way through R. One player's on the flank, and that's going to be Grizz. With the R9 shotgun, is able to actually find 2. Wait, a little bit of a fumbling of the bag, if you will. You got Caesar inside of the garage trying to play for a couple spawners, but nobody's dead for him to kill.
And things just keep them going from bad to worse for 117 not found here. Got to give them some credit because they're making some real effort here. They're going for a little bit of a double stack to try and get that second tick through. I don't know if they're going to be able to, though. All the players are falling away here. Grizz, the last one left alive, and he tries to scurry away in towards R, and it's going to get shut down. And I've got to give 117 not found some credit there on those efforts because they were doing more than just the standard. We're going to push through the driveway. We're going to push through R to try and break the way on towards B. But I've got to give Exclusive even more credit because the reads were great.
Oh, absolutely. Just the response. Adaptation soon to follow as well. And talk about an opening break. They earned 3 operators, 4 actually, and open up with 3 themselves. You're hoping to find value with it with such a immediate investment to the round, but Caesar with the Sparrow takes his own life out of the equation. Veer with the War Machine last alive, and it's all for naught over by B. They didn't even get a single segment, let alone map positioning.
Now for Exclusive at the start of this round, it is going to be a push over towards A. Keep an eye on player number 3 around the minimap. It's going to be Creed, who is looking to enact a flank, while the players around the front aren't really winning any of these fights. Ikram is a big reason why. He took about his sniper rifle in respawn. He continues to pull it out to do some serious damage, to cause some carnage to Exclusive's effort on the offense. And it's forcing their one ace up the sleeve and player number 3, Creed, out of position. A full wipe, more or less, for 117 not found on the defense. And it's going to force now the operators to come out. Grizz looking to do some damage with the equalizers, finds a couple of kills. One player escaped their grasp. It's Neil, and Neil actually finds that kill. So there's still opportunities here for Exclusive to break out of this spawn trap, especially as Neil is finding more value. But still, 117 not found have looked convincing so far on the D.
Veer would have loved to be able to find that one elimination inside of Laundry. Talk about a power position to hold for yourself for this offensive salvo, but Caesar, Neil, they're very much so still alive, and Neil, Veer did lose the gunfight inside of Laundry, reprises over inside of Art, and now the Claw invested for Neil. That's how you know they really want this extra 60 seconds. It's 12v12, and this is a good time to call out the Claw just to make sure you guarantee that time.
Well, B will be captured. 11 versus 11. 1 tick already made from that initial pushover by A at the very start of this control, and Neil decides it's high time to bring that missile down from the heavens. It's going to give them not just that kill, but perhaps more crucially, information as to where all these players are located. Next up is actually acting on that information, and Creed can't get it done. Grizz is going to be able to trade things out. Now on the other side, we're starting to see some operators. It's going to be the Annihilator from Ikram. How much value can this thing find? Caesar through money window. It's finding so much value with those 2 kills. Perhaps this is the in for Exclusive.
Oh, but Ikram immediately pulls out the Annihilator, albeit only able to find at least that one elimination. You're still stuffing the push that was starting to come all the way through Kitchen. Still map positioning is here for Exclusive. 5v4, now 3v4, as 117 not found are collecting on the kills.
Gotta imagine Veer is the player hit for Exclusive. Do 117 not found? No, there's a player pushed that far through. Back and forth we go. No, they do not. Now they most certainly do, as Veer picks up Grizz. This could be the moment that decides this control again. These offenses are a dime a dozen, but Sans and Lucky are able to respond, and Lucky finds a second as well. Creed with a jump chow, and it falls apart. What could have been a pivotal moment there for Exclusive does not go their way.
You also got to tip it for Veer. I mean, the Exclusive were so close to being able to convert that offense just off the lives alone, but Veer being able to get that kill inside a kitchen actually opted out of calling in the War Machine. That could have been the final nail in the coffin, but now has that available for this push. Grizz on the offense with the R9 shotgun, because of course he is in your face. Neil will get taken down, but it's a great opening engagements coming through from 117 not found. And Veer looking to find value with the War Machine, misses out on a little bit more value, but trade's still about full for Exclusive to hold the line.
Spy is going to find a double here over by A. 117 not found. Trying to make their way through the pool. Ikram's not going to be able to get it done. Neil will shut them down. Exclusive here, I would say tentative on the defense, though. I mean, you look over towards A, and Spy is really the only player keeping these guys away from pushing up all the way towards pool. And that's because Exclusive are putting a hell of a lot into the spawn trap around the backline. They're finding the frags as well. But 117 not found. The players they have got through are currently capturing A. And honestly, I think you're fine with this trade-off, Andy.
One more player is still lurking over there. Saturn's actually opting for a Sparrow himself, but I mean, where one was finding value, Exclusive cycle out another player of Neil over by the AC unit. The segment might have been captured over at A, but it's 20v9, Brody. 20 seconds remain, and 117 not found can knock it out of their spawn.
And this is what I meant, right, about kind of that trade-off, right? Because Exclusive now, off the back of that spawn trap, yeah, I mean, you've basically given up a little bit of progression over by A, but 117 not found have no lives left to do anything in this round. They are completely exhausted all the way through. Just 3 players left from 117 not found. This would be a miracle and a half. Can you make bread from thin air? Nope. Not with 1.1 second left on the clock. I think 117 not found towards the end. They were just like, yeah, let's not feed them any more streaks. There's no real reason for us to do that. Phenomenal round from Exclusive. Phenomenal decision making. Again, 2-1 up now. Couldn't get the offense done last time around. Can they get it done here?
Nobody opening up with operators this time around for Exclusive. Just kidding. Spy's going to open things up with an Annihilator, and that's immediately going to be the push going over towards B. But the Annihilator is actually through mid, trying to get Pillars control. Spy's going to be able to take down at least one, and it's completely broken the ankles of 117 not found. Now laundry control was almost there until Saturn's will take down Neil.
117 not found, winning the vast majority of these trades on the defense. Again, if the question is, can Exclusive start things strong on the offense? The answer is no, not really. And Veer's actually going to be forced to utilize the Predator missile at the start of this round. It isn't going to equate to too much control over by B. Exclusive instead now looking to fall back on this push over towards A. And these trades are favoring 117 not found. Still, every single time that Exclusive put players in towards this point, it is not enough to get any real modicum of control over it. All they've got to speak of for this round so far, Andy, is the one tick over by B.
Still keep segments even. That's what 117 not found are looking for, but they're still trailing by 3 lives. Also comes down to kills if it comes down to a round 5 escapade, but only time will tell. Able to at least get art control back, are Exclusive. Now they're trying to get a player over towards that B control zone, but one player slipped the net inside of art. It's going to be Grizz with the R9 shotgun, and you know he's going to be an absolute thorn in your side inside of art. Is able to find himself another elimination. Segment captured over at B. But 2 segments of the good. Exclusive has secured that round 5 defense.
Yeah, I was wondering whether the operators would be paramount to how this round goes, because there were 4 in the back pocket for Exclusive. Grizz is going to utilize theirs to try and bring this one home towards a round number 5. A 5-life advantage, you have to imagine, to foregone conclusion at this point. But can they formalize it? Grizz and Ikram are finding more of those krills. Grizz is going to find even more value. Looking for the long-range fight. Not against Ikram with a sniper rifle. Not on your Nelly, mate. Exclusive, last 5 lives. Last chance, hurrah, to get this one done. Caesar's finding value. It's going to force player up the open stairs, but there is just no time. Round 5 we go. And I wonder whether or not using your operators is going to come back to bite them, because it won't be long before 117 have some operators of their own.
Yeah, specifically for Grizz, who's still sitting on a Predator missile as well. And for an offensive salvo, you know that Grizz is going to want to try to get inside a kitchen, lickety split. Operator being pulled by Ikram for that Annihilator. Maybe try to really add some more oomph towards this push over by A. Spy, Veer able to answer back with 2 of their own. The push hasn't been completely stopped because you still got players inside a Tiki Bar. 117 not found have numbers on the pool side.
This is a phenomenal start from 117 not found. You're winning the vast majority of the trades, and you've still got players on A as well. You've already forced one operator out of exclusive and hasn't really done all that much. 117 not found. It is at the very least a slow push over towards A. Grizz looks away, was much more preoccupied with players coming through the money window, and off the back of that, Creed is able to double up. So 117 not found, momentarily removed from the control zone, but is it for a moment is the question, as Lucky dances back with a couple of kills of his own. Grizz now starting to make a move through the middle of the map. They will get shut down, and there's your answer. It is not for a moment. Exclusive now convincingly able to back these guys away from A.
2 operators apiece coming through for 117 not found and exclusive. Second segment already captured over at B. Third being looked to be locked, and Neil just gives away his life. Not a good point to be doing that one, buddy, as you're already down in lives. 60 seconds added on towards the board. 2 minutes in total to try to work this map for 2 segments.
That's a lot of time. That is a lot of time and a lot of opportunities to get this one done. Neil down for the count. There goes Creed as well. Last time around, 117 not found. They made the push in from behind. Maybe they're going to do it once again here, as the numbers are heavily in favor of 117. They have time to make this one work. Spy is now forced to utilize the Annihilator around the backline, though. Slayer is doubling up. Will not be able to make it a triple, and towards the front, Spy continues to find value with the Annihilator as well. Now 117 not found, utilizing some of their own operators. Lucky momentarily brings the War Machine out. It doesn't do anything, but towards the front of the point, Sans is finding these kills. The life advantage drained to just 4 now between these two teams.
It's more than just trades. Exclusive need a convincing kill feed. Spy off of that Annihilator calls in the Predator missile as well, but Slayer Saturn's able to answer back with 2 of their own. Saturn's now has himself a Sparrow, and that could be the opening for V10.
Down to last lives now. Neil out of the round, out of the game. Exclusive. You have to time this perfectly. You have to get this done as a squad. You have no other option. And there's the first couple of kills, but Lucky answers back with 2 of his own. Just down to Creed. Can they get anything done? No. 117 not found. Able to take the swing mode in the series. The control is theirs, as is the advantage.
Swing map mode combination comes through for 117 not found. They put themselves in the driver's seat, not only for that control, but also the series. Oh, that is the most control I think we have ever controlled so far. Me casting Call of Duty Mobile goes defense for rounds deep.
Yep.
And then we get to a round 5 offense. The opening breakoff was pretty convincing. I mean, you had numbers over on the pool side of the map for what felt like forever for 117 not found. And all of that numbers advantage then in turn comes through for exclusive, thinking that the hit was going to continuously come over by the pool side, but was not the case at all. For all those parallel spawns, nobody was trying to play for spawn kills for exclusive, so they're able to get themselves over towards ring. And it felt like since the early get-go of that round number 5, Brody, that the clock was stalled out. 2 minutes and 6 seconds is a lot of time. You're not wrong to point out that one simple fact, to be able to either work those last 2 segments required over by the pool control zone, or to be able to find the kills, whichever is more convenient for 117 not found. Not to mention their operator usage was absolutely sublime to respond in kind whenever exclusive was using theirs.
And I'm going to say, going back to that control, there's 2 key moments I feel like exclusive that they let the control slip away from them. First of all, it's this round 2, right, where it came all the way down to what was, I think it was like a 3 versus 3 towards the end of the round. There is a real chance that exclusive could have and arguably should have 3-0'd that control. And then, of course, that round number 4, and it's an interesting conversation point, right? Operator usage in control is something that I know when Bobby and I were casting last season, we often had that conversation of like, look, are these teams actually using their operators? And I think it was particularly a problem in European COD Mobile that the operator usage probably could have been better. I feel wholeheartedly that if exclusive had full sent it there on that round number 4, with the 4 operators they had in the back pocket, obviously it's not a guarantee. It's never a guarantee, right? But I do feel pretty convincingly that they could have at least had a serious argument for putting a dent in the life advantage that they'd already pretty much built at the time, managing to get some tick progression on either of the offensive side. I mean, there's just a lot of different kind of opportunities there, but I feel like they did not grasp with the operators they had on side.
And you could even go back for exclusive in their opening offense, right? What did their opening offense look like? It was 3 operators popped instantaneously to spawning into the round to try to push over towards the ring control zone. And what do they find? Zilch, absolutely nothing. And from there on out, losing the opening breakoff, they were always playing off the back foot. So I think this is a continuous conversation that we've had, not only just for Europe, but you're not out of the conversations, the rest of the regions that are going to be represented at that World Championship. But regardless of all of that, it's always going to be an immediate conversation, especially when it comes down to control, especially when it comes down to Call of Duty Mobile as a whole. Your operator usage does need to be a very bright spot when it comes down to your respawn game modes, because it could very much so be either your winning moment or the absolute scam of the year.
Yeah, well, look, a couple of different decisions there made by Exclusive, and maybe we look at them going 2-1 up in this series, but they don't. They now have to face a Hassi, Ender, Hardpoint, and we talk about strong maps in the series for Exclusive. This is yet another one. Again, they did not lose a single Hassi and a Hardpoint last season in the challenge season, so they're hoping to kind of carry that through to force a game 5 against 117 Not Found, because if they don't, this will be the first real shock of the season.
Favorite side of the map for 117 Not Found doesn't mean that you can just sit over by a Lambo. It just means that you have to set up the pinch through upper hallways. And, well, if there's one thing we know about 117 Not Found, or there's one thing we know about Grizz, this guy loves this memo combination with the R9 shotgun. Who wouldn't? But it's a convincing kill feed to come through for Exclusive, not to mention how they're also soaking up a lot of good time. And, I mean, with 30 seconds remaining on P1, they're not really worried about the rotation quite yet.
Yeah, you always have to be worried about the time on P1, right? Ultimately, there's just a lot of time to give away. You can very often find yourself preoccupied with that rotation towards P2 and give away a lot of time on P1. That is more or less what Exclusive are going to be doing here. They know how important breaking rotation over towards P2 can be, so they're basically full sending at it and sending the players off the respawn to deal with that scrap time over by P1. And they're being successful on both fronts right now, right? They're winning all of the crucial engagements. Grizz is the only one to say something about it towards the new Hardpoint. He is going to get shut down by Veer. And there was actually a good contestation from Exclusive over by P1 as well. So great start from Exclusive on this rotation towards P2. But now you've got to deal with threats on both sides of the kill. And those threats, I mean, they just melt away because of Spy. What?
Oh, all right. So you remember the Hackney Yard map 1 when I was saying he had like snap of the week? I mean, we didn't necessarily see it, but I mean, those are 4 kills with the Type 19. I feel like that he worked for the first 2, but definitely got away with highway robbery for the last 2. 30 seconds remaining here at the Lambo Hill, and 117 Not Found kind of forced us to try to force a square peg through a round hole. It doesn't go their way at all. That is a lot of time Exclusive gift for themselves off of the opening first 2 hills.
Yeah, and it's kind of funny, right? Because of those close spawns towards the back line, generally speaking, you don't see teams kind of get this amount of time off P2. Here in COD Mobile, at least, you know, I know back in Black Ops 4, it was more common, I would say, for 460s to go down to one team, earn early control on Lamborghini Hardpoint, but not here in COD Mobile. So Exclusive here. Great start to their resurgence in this series to try and force a game 5 versus 117 Not Found, and they've got rotation towards new as well. Seeing the investment coming out from Exclusive, they are not messing around anymore. Veer's going to bring that Predator missile down to take Saturns out of the play. Creed is going to bring the equalizers into play as well to ensure that 117 Not Found are about as far away from this hill as they could possibly get. And here comes that back spawn read as well. Operators galore for Exclusive. The snowball effect is well and truly here to play. Spy gonna whiff that final 3 shot, because guess what? There's a backstop from Creed. 117 Not Found. At the very least, they do manage to break on through, but still, Exclusive a hell of a start to this game.
I mean, talk about operator usage. Caesar even pulls out the Sparrow, gets immediately gunned, but 25 seconds are what you have to fight over for 117 Not Found. And I mean, they're forced to invest into it, right? I mean, Saturn's probably gonna want to look to hold on to the Sparrow for this upcoming rotation. But regardless, I mean, this is as good as a start as you could possibly ask for Exclusive. 96 to what is looking to be about 42. Plus, they already have players on the rotation. Luckily enough for 117 Not Found, they might have an open opportunity to try to work through the upper hallways and try to get over towards P4, where Veer is just waiting for the gunfights.
Well, it's going to be Exclusive here. As you said, Veer's going to be the first player in towards this time. Good read on a potential player in from behind. Or has Slayer managed to sneak behind enemy lines and be a bit of a pesky presence? Decides not to have the trigger split in that moment. Shoot first, ask questions later. Slayer still managing to play his life relatively effectively as well. Neil was the player keeping these guys at bay off the back of the spawn. And the fact that Slayer is still alive here, finally going to get shut down, is pivotal for 117 Not Found, because it opens the door. And just as quickly as that door will open, Caesar will slam it shut with that Sparrow. Exclusive continue to have a very loud voice in the conversation. 117 Not Found looking to desperately fighting through that time despite the equalizer investment coming out from Grizz. 117 Not Found. I mean, they are fighting for what? 20 seconds of scrap time here, Andy.
They're investing for 20 seconds of scrap time as well. I mean, the War Machine gets popped by Lucky. You saw Grizz with the equalizer, comes up absolutely flat because Spy is just getting it done the old-fashioned way with the Type 19. 18 eliminations. Grizz might bite back with 2, but Creed will find the final laugh there at the end. It's one thing to have a whole hardpoint advantage going through an opening set, but Exclusive, talk about a dominating opening from 1 all the way to 3. They simply did not skip a beat at all. 117 not found. You got some explaining to do, and it's got to start here.
They're just being outclassed in so many key rotations. Again, you talk about kind of, I guess, the back and forthness of Hacienda Hardpoint. That is a characteristic that we so often talk about in COD Mobile. We are not seeing that here. Exclusive have dominated the conversation. Fear is dominating the kill feed as well. Another 2-piece. Every single operator we've seen out of Exclusive has found some serious value, and now they're winning the gunfight for control over P1 as well. Every single time somebody from 117 not found tries to get in towards the hardpoint, they are read and swiftly executed. Ikram will find 4, so now an opportunity perhaps for 117 not found to fight for this scrap time. But again, same story as last hill, Andy. It is just scrap time.
Oh, it was a big 1v1. Veer actually comes out on top inside of the mansion lobby and maybe try to stay alive on the backside of this driveway. And the longer that Veer stays alive, the more problems are coming to the front door of 117 not found. Ikram has to invest the Annihilator just to try to get inside of the hardpoint, but up through the driveway, he gets met with a bolt from the Sparrow, and then Spy with the Annihilator. Exclusive can do no wrong.
And Exclusive hit. Just continuing to really drive this one home, aren't they? 2-piece after 2-piece. This time it's Caesar producing it for Exclusive. Hunter Killer Drone going out. The readers should be good here as to where 117 not found are coming from. Spy just keeping an eye on the stairs. Probably the best weapon you could possibly ask for in this situation to keep these guys away. Satins, though, is able to get through the driveway and will survive for the engagement as well. There goes Slayer for some more kills. Creed answering back with a double. Spy decides, hey, you know what? We've got a fair bit of utility on side, so I'm going to use yet another bit of it to try and keep 117 not found out of this hard point. And you are forced at this point in the game to send players, send men over towards this hill, and Exclusive very happy to take them out of the equation. At the very least, 117 should be the first team to touch new.
Remember when it was only 70 points as the differential? It's doubled that since that conversation, and that conversation was not too long ago. 207 to 68. Golly, 117 certainly not found here on Hacienda. Let me tell you that much. You got split spawns coming through for Exclusive onto the backside of the gardens. Now you have to try to brute force your way through the front. Lucky's looking to help things out with the operator, War Machine.
Here it comes from Fear. Not actually landing any bullets, really. Finally, we'll find some value with it, but do you even need to when your teammates are there picking up the kills? So the answer is no. Grizz up top, in from behind. What damage can they do now? Need to find some more value with these equalizers. Need to keep these guys away from the hard point because Exclusive, I believe, can still, technically speaking, finish things here on the fences. Lucky with that 2-piece will now at the very least force another hard point out. But look at those close spawns and continuing to get players in from Exclusive. And look at the blue kill feed as well. 117 not found, cannot find anything in this situation. Perhaps that's what their name refers to, because Exclusive just continue to keep everything out of reach for this roster. I mean, Spy is being allowed this time at the moment, just chilling inside. He goes over the jump up, picks up that kill, and the gunfight's over by Neo, being won by Exclusive as well. I mean, what is this?
I mean, you say look at the kill feed. I'm saying look at the rotation, because Neil has been here since yesterday. 235 to 82. Claw being pulled. Spy gonna invest the Annihilator as well. It is a victory lap here on P4 for Exclusive. They want to go to Metropolis. They're gonna get it.
117 not found. One last chance to try and do something about this. Neil is keeping an eye on what players have managed to get past that front line. Slayer is just patiently waiting at the moment. Exclusive, they find him out. You see the operators coming out from Exclusive to close out this hard point.
Sheesh.
And what an antithetical hard point to the rest of this series, in which it has been incredibly close. And that was just whatever the opposite of that is. Blown out of the water. Exclusive just completely decimate. 117 not found, force a game 5.
I mean, the only thing that wasn't like as alarming as that at least nobody dropped a nuke, I guess. Like, God dang. Like, Exclusive just They just did not stop. And honestly speaking, you know, I go back to what we were talking about during that P1. It's like, cool, you know, exclusive. They're able to get a decent amount of time on P1, 117 not found. They're starting off on the favorite side of the map. And then the kill feed just started rolling in blue. And there was maybe only one, maybe two kill feeds that 117 not found in a convincing fashion for themselves. But that was all for about maybe like 10 seconds here, maybe about 8 seconds over there. And it just was the onslaught that was exclusive, not only in the slaying prowess, but immediately rectifying their biggest issue, that was that raid control in the operator usage. Every single person for exclusive, when they were pulling out operators, were finding continuous value with it. Spy 35 and 20, 36 and 22 out of Neil. I mean, Spy is he is the Swiss Army knife of this team, man. Like, he'll slay, he'll be able to spearhead the rotation, and he has a minute 50 of OBJ time as well. Yeah, I feel pretty confident if I'm playing with Spy on exclusive, because this guy's just about doing everything. He's gross.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to say we've not seen this from him before, because we did see it plenty of times last season, but I think certainly this feels like another gear for Spy. This performance from him this entire series thus far, despite the fact that it has to go to a Game 5, has been a phenomenal one. And yeah, I mean, definitely, you're very glad that you've got Spy on side, right? So exclusive going to be very happy with his performance there. And that game, it's going to mean we go to a Game 5. A search and destroy to close out this series. And going back to the firing range search and destroy, 117 not found. I think they surprised exclusive a lot with the strategies they were pulling out. I think the question for me is, can they do the same thing here in this Game 5?
I don't know, because, I mean, takeoff comparatively to firing range, I mean, not everything is made out of paper mache, but you still have a lot of good opportunities to be able to find value with the sniper rifle, and I think that's what you're mostly looking at for 117 not found. There were so many different instances in the firing range search and destroy map number 2 that were so losable for 117 not found, but, you know, players were able to at least bring themselves back from the brinks of defeat, specifically for Slayer. I mean, there were so many different times where we saw Slayer being that second sniper rifle, even with the Type 19, in clutch situations and getting away with highway robbery. Takeoff, search, and destroy in Call of Duty Mobile is going to be a lot of patience, a lot of waiting, not a whole lot of opportunity to get wildly aggressive, but I never want to put it past either of these two teams that we have on our screen.
Yeah, it does feel like it could be one of the longer search and destroy maps we have here in COD Mobile. Neil, though, does not want to waste any time drawing that first blood. Control of the lounge is everything, and Creed knows it right off the start. Venomous start from exclusive, immediately leaving Lucky left alive in a 1 versus 5. Lucky's going to find the first, but yeah, not allowed any more than that. That's fast from exclusive.
And put that as reason number 1 why you don't get aggressive on the defense, trying to get inside of control like that. You're going to be running into SMGs and maybe even Grizz with that R9 shotgun, so who knows? Got to be very, very careful when you are trying to get aggressive inside of that control, but exclusive deal with it quite wonderfully. It will strike first.
Exclusive. Again, they do have control of some of these power positions early on. So if you're looking at Creed again, you know that keeping control of lounge is everything. Exclusive waiting for some kind of aggression from 117 not found. It is not happening. Gonna make some kind of move soon.
All 10 players still alive. Takeoff, search, and destroy in a nutshell. Stun will come through, and I believe that did connect on the Saturns. But Creed with the Fennec not really liking the idea of pushing out towards this doorway, just because the stun connected doesn't mean it's not going to be Grizz. Have to be very, very careful with where you are challenging in close quarters. You never know when an R9 shotgun might be lurking.
Neil is just waiting so patiently for Grizz to make a move here. Oh my goodness me!
Nerdy.
That is a nerdy spot and a half. He has done his homework. There's the advantage that exclusive were looking for, and now they want to press it as well. Grizz is forced away out of that power position. Exclusive starting to get a little bit more confident in this round, and they're following up on the kill. They're following up on it. They want Grizz dead, and indeed he will be. 5 versus 3 now for exclusive. They don't have full control over the site yet. Ikram doing some serious damage. Player sitting in the middle of the corner. On the middle of the map. Sans was that player. And Neil's going to shut them down. There goes Ikram's control over the A site as well. So bomb's about to go down. Slayer has to pull off a hell of a retake.
Oh, premature gunshots coming through. Gives away his positioning, and even if he starts pushing up a little bit further forward, Creed will be holding that cross. Late nade, Caesar for the challenge. Slayer is dead to rights. And again, I mean, that is just a first blood that almost feels that of a comparison of stepping on an anthill, because once that first blood came through, everybody scattered for 117 not found. And again, the aggression that they were trying to put together off of being first blooded, Exclusive had every single angle being watched, looking for an answer here.
Do they have one? Nope. No one's spying Greed start things strong like that. Ikram has been everything with the Tundra. We'll find the return fire that 117 not found wanted, but they haven't fully evened the odds. They are still one man down here, and they don't have players in key positions. I think they're pretty heavily reliant here on Slayer making some kind of play through the stadium. Can they do anything in this situation? Oh, those shots needed to be better from Slayer. Not going to result in a kill. They will finally find one, but again, the fact that they don't know where he is, they're able to trade it out. Again, they maintain that advantage.
Lucky Ikram last two alive, and they're all the way to the backside of the lounge. So the A bomb site is relatively open, and Lucky and Ikram are going to opt in to try to take middle of the map, but on two separate efforts. Fear going to scout out the first player. It's going to completely push them away over towards the scaffolding. Trying to maybe push over towards B. Now they have the info on the last two players, and Ikram dead to right. Lucky last alive, 1v3.
He's going to line up one. Good start. Player's going to get the bomb down. Lucky will throw this nade over. It's not going to stop the bomb from being planted, but will it get a player off the back of it? No. I think it just tags Caesar. Not enough for the kill. So now you're looking for exit frags, and there are just way too many places to check here. So Lucky's going to have to scout. Making a lot of noise doing it too. Lucky now. Here we go. First chow. Does he spot out Neil? No, not looking in that direction whatsoever. Good effort from Lucky. At the very least, he's going to find one, but no more than that.
There's not enough time for that push, especially with 25 seconds to clear all of control, let alone get over inside of the lounge for the bomb site. I mean, that's just wonderfully done there. And even in a 1v2 post plan, you got a sniper playing an off angle. You got your SMG player playing for the bomb check. 3 rounds immediately for Exclusive, and 117 not found, trying to find a response, and the aggression just has not worked out. They're trying to get players in position, specifically for Grizz to find value with the R9 shotgun here on defense. It's just not going their way.
And it is so successful, I think, for teams to get players in towards the lounge, right? It is everything in so many of these different situations. Exclusive been able to exploit that time and time again. Oh, what a play coming out from Exclusive, baiting players out here and towards the middle of the map. They know how important taking Grizz down is, and that is exactly why Spy going to take Grizz out of the equation. Caesar is going to get traded out, though, so signs of life in 117 not found here. They bring this down to a 4 versus 4.
Sniper in return for Ikram, takes down Spy. So bomb has now been dropped outside of the scaffolding, 3v3. We go back towards the stalemate. The Slayer is still lurking around the middle statue, or fountain, depending on what map of takeoff you're really thinking about. And Fear, I just gonna be able to recover the bomb for free? How?
That's a bit of an error. Exclusive given a little bit more breathing room than I think the 117 not found would like. 117. Do at the very least have Lucky towards the back of A. But still, is that going to be enough to keep Exclusive away from the site? Time is very quickly running out in this round for them to make the first move. Slayer watching the cross is going to remove Creed from that situation. Now, Desperation's going to start to set in here on this 2 versus 3. Exclusive, again, have not taken Lucky out of that power position, and Lucky is about to go off. Finds the last couple of players. 117 not found. They're on the board.
Yeah. Finally able to get that elusive round 1 win. It just comes through with being able to play the trades, being able to play these power positions, but Grizz has been suppressed. Seeing SND, Grizz with 0 kills, did not have that on my bingo card. 2 more rounds until we swap sides. Sniper rifle shots going across the board, but look at all the players for 117 not found playing all the way to the backside of the A bomb site. They actually reel Grizz back just to try to play defense around the bomb sites.
Change of tact here for Exclusive. Oh, Ikram is not letting it go. Not letting control of B go whatsoever. Oh, switches over towards the prize fighters for another kill. Will be the opportunity for Fear to get into the round, but fortunately enough, the follow-up from 117 not found is good. Ikram with a sniper rifle. So good.
I mean, the first was great, but then the slideshow for the second is just insanity. Gonna be feeling good now if you are 117 not found, playing all the way to the backside of takeoff defensively, but gonna get Grizz over by the scaffolding. This A push is gonna be coming through very, very quickly off the back of that nade.
We're gonna try and trade things out in favor here, exclusive. Reactions from 117 not found have been exemplary. Now down to a 2 versus 2 at the start of this round. Exclusive have been bullied away from the site. They're going to have to rethink how they want to play this one. And it is a fast adaptation coming out from Exclusive here. They're just going to go for a little bit check that nobody from 117 not found has approached through stadium side. Slayer is just crossing the map though. They have read how Exclusive are going to play this.
This bomb still in the hands of Spy. Problem is what info do you possibly have on where Lucky and Slayer are located at, because they are just isolated and solely holding either one of these bomb sites. You feel like this mostly has to come down to Neil with the sniper just to maybe try to work this pick, but he's still lurking over by scaffolding, maybe try to look at this A bomb site. He's not getting a single lick of information.
It's just so difficult to entry on towards these sites. Big 1v1. Oh, Neil's not going to be able to pull it off. Lucky gets away, and he gets away with murder as well. Spy now. Bomb in hand. No choice but to try and aggressively trade things out. He spied out Slayer, but I think he should be dead to Lucky here in this situation. No, Lucky actually going to go down. You know where Slayer is, and just tries to escape. Does not wait long enough for the chow to come through. So while it looks a little bit dire for 117 not found at the start of this search and destroy, they've brought things even at the half.
With how the first 3 rounds went, not believe that 117 not found finally understood you just have to give up the space and just wait for them to come into your crosshairs and act accordingly. So offense now for 117 not found. This is where aggression could absolutely pay off. I mean, look at player number 3 in blue. Grizz is pushed all the way up by the B bomb site. No support at all. Easiest first blood I've ever seen out of Neil, and turns it into a second.
Yeah, Neil is not the kind of player to miss the sniper rifle. When he's given the opportunity, he will not throw it away. Well, sometimes. No, we didn't talk about it. We didn't talk about it earlier on.
You're the one that said we needed to talk about it.
Yeah, we needed to talk about it earlier on. We don't talk about it now.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, all right.
Well on the past. Neil most certainly wouldn't want us to. Saturn's, though, dwelling on the present. Crucial gunfight against Spy. Sniper presence, once again, has been everything. Veer is effectively the sole arbiter of what goes on over by A. Gonna have a lot to do. Caesar through the middle of the map. Does get shut down by Saturn, so it is an important trade, but the number's still not in favor of 117 hit.
No, certainly not. And the more time that you take, the more space that is yoinked away. Saturns will take down Veer, so now we're into a 2v2. Oh, the Spidey senses have to be tingling. Creed is just lurking up top stadium, and he's not going to expect for Saturns just to run up through stairs. What was a numbers advantage for Exclusive has blown up in their face. Neil, 1v2.
Oh, that tag is so horrendous.
Not again.
For Neil. Has to go for the check. Oh, misses the shot. No, Neil. The shots have been far from ideal, and Slayer's going to finish off what was just a horrendous sequence of events for Neil. Again, not quite as horrendous as the earlier one, but still not the normal Neil we're used to seeing.
That's tough. You had everything going for yourself if you are Exclusive, but a little bit of information comes through. 117 not found. Expect for a player to be flanking around. They isolate him, and now they have flipped the lead. 4 rounds on the bounce. And immediately turning that into control. Positioning for 117 not found, not to mention how they got first blood on a Neil.
On the man advantage. Can they get control of the elusive B site? Again, you do need to get control of a few different power positions to make it happen. One of them is currently in control by Spy. What was that top stadium side? And then another one is this. Creed going to go down. Saturn's and Grizz force their way in towards this area. Veer goes down. Spy, the last one left alive, will find a little bit of value, but no more than that. 117 not found. 5 rounds on the bounce.
Uh-oh. Not good for Exclusive. This is firing range all over again. 117 not found, though. Able to flip the lead. And they have been fishing out these first bloods. Exclusive. Need to be timely with these challenges to be able to work these first bloods. It's going to be a B hit. Very, very aggressive.
Seems to be the unusual strategies that work the best. 117 not found. They know it's two. First blood for Grizz. Traded out from Spy. Exclusive not willing to give up full control over a B just yet. But Satins, it's a ballsy move. He's going to get the bomb down pretty much straight away. Has some coverage from the middle of the map. Is it going to be enough? No. No. The bomb does go down, but Creed draws that blood.
Creed? Oh, he was thinking about just hopping it. And the timing doesn't work out for him at all. 2v3 now. Caesar, Veer, trying to make something of this round. They're playing around the bomb site. They have no idea where the other two players are.
Oh, I come from long range. That double challenge, everything from Caesar and Veer. The retake they needed to stop the momentum of 117 not found and get themselves back into this S&D.
Insane scenes. I mean, the aggression through all of B Street just comes through so quickly for 117 not found. And like you were saying, I mean, Saturn's, as ballsy as it was able to put the win condition in stone. Was able to plant that rock, but gave away his life in turn of doing so. But Exclusive still able to make it a round win for them. It's going to cause considerable doubt for 117 not found on what they need to do to put themselves up on that point.
Here we go. Aggression from 117 not found. It's different. Again, going back towards that fire and search and destroy. This is what we've expected from 117 not found, but the reaction from Exclusive has been good enough. They win the trades. That's why you don't very often see teams get aggressive in towards that A site. And 117 not found a sense scarpering. But again, it's a strategy worth trying. You've got a lot of time to work with.
I mean, going 1 for 1 is fine, but Spy is able to find 2. And again, that just so much doubt for what 117 not found need to even do to try to clutch this 3v4. But Exclusive, we've been here before. You have numbers. You cannot afford to get overly aggressive here.
Kind of wonder whether splitting the efforts is the play here for 117 not found, right? I mean, Slayer is in a prime position to keep control of that B site. It's a position that he knows that Exclusive are going to go for. So if he can win some of these paramount gunfights, it could be everything. Right over the top, though. Slayer's going to move out of that power position. It's going to land on towards Caesar. It's going to make them weak. Not going to be enough to take Caesar out of the play, though. 117 not found. They have brute forced their way in behind enemy lines, and that second kill would have been nice, but Caesar will not go down. Numbers still in favor of Exclusive here.
Look at the bomb. It's been dropped. And that's going to be the call for Neil. Get up through the top side of scaffolding. Slayer's gun. Lucky last alive. 1v3. Not going to happen. Exclusive. Oh, things were looking dire, but they answered back with 2 rounds of their own. And again, you brought up the fantastic point. That is why you just don't full sprint out over towards that A bomb site. Regardless of whatever weaponry is watching that exit, it's the Type 19 out of Spy that finds 2, flips it back on its head. We're tied into round 11.
And immediately in this round, 117 not found. I've got a huge advantage from the opening utility. Neil out of the round. Exclusive. Again, they do have the advantage of the defense here. 117 not found. Have to chow them, but Spy goes down over by A now. That's going to put the defense so heavily in 117 not found's favor. Creed hit. This L trigger, or whatever the COD Mobile equivalent is everything to try and keep 117 away from this point. And he goes for the overchow. Ikram's going to take that all day long.
2v5. Now Veer needs the entire ace. 4 more quick scopes, maybe misses wide for the next one and the second as well. Not going to get another opportunity at Slayer for the reposition. Just going to get flanked. And 117 not found. They were down 0-3. They flip it back for a lead a second time. Now up on series point with challenge finals on the table. Can Exclusive force it into OT in such a crucial moment here in the map 5?
Again, this team was built to take the likes of Exclusive down. Built with some of the best players from European teams. 117 not found. Not going to draw the first blood in this round, though. Beer's going to get it done. It's going to make things awkward here on this offense for 117 not found. Ikram, again, phenomenal with this sniper rifle. Top fragging on his team. Equal top fragging with Caesar on the other side. Can he find some value here with the Tundra to try and blow this round wide open and put it back in favor of 117 not found. No, Spy gonna deny.
3v5. Oh, the timing out of Grizz is terrible. Spy's gonna take him down in return. Overtime is looming on the distance here for this round number 12. Go ahead and queue it up.
Oh.
Now Slayer can make some heroics happen here from bottom scaffolding, but the numbers are not favorable for 117.
Yeah. Neil gonna dispatch with Slayer pretty easily as well. Sans 1 versus 4 to close out this search and destroy and book a place in challenge finals. Caesar not gonna let that happen. Satins goes down. We go to overtime.
Now it comes the time of everything that we have learned and seen through 12 rounds of search and destroy here on Takeoff. A lot of good sniper back and forths. Ikram, Neil, and even Veer with Lucky. Big first blood to have for themselves. That stops the offense dead in their tracks.
Well, Exclusive, they were successful. 3 offenses in a row. At the start of this search and destroy, they have to find that magic once again, but how are they going to be able to do it with 1 man down? Waiting for some kind of over-aggression from 117 not found, and I just don't know if 117 are the kind of roster to give it to him.
Hey, look at it from the patience. I'm losing the opening 3 rounds. Just not getting wily or aggressive. Grizz doesn't have an R9 shotgun in quite some time. He's now playing with the Fennec SMG, adding a little bit more versatility. It's going to come through over the top over at A. It's not going to connect with anybody. I mean, if they didn't know what to do before, now they certainly don't, as they're just trapped inside a stadium.
There we go. It's time for the siege from Exclusive. They know they have no choice here with 45 seconds left on the clock. Time dwindling down, but to get on towards A. Just need a couple of kills to get it done. Got to check the corner, and you've got to simultaneously check the back line because you know there's always going to be a sniper lurking around that point. Grizz has also joined the ensemble as well. There we go. Lucky's going to pop off to make matters worse for Exclusive, and all at the same time, they get it done. Caesar, it would have to be a 1 versus 5. They only find the first. 117 not found. Strike first in OT.
Series point now for 117 not found, going back over towards the offense, who have found more value, honestly speaking, which is tough for me to say just off of playstyle alone, but 117 not found's adaptations have been absolutely sublime. Exclusive need this opening break off to be good. The opening snipes need to be there. Cannot afford to get first blooded.
And Kron would be the player if anybody. Look how far aggressive they're getting pushed up here. They know it's time to throw everything at the wall. Caesar's not going to expect that whatsoever. Ikram, could he have forced his way into playoffs? And Creed offers himself up on a platter. Ikram's going to take that all day long.
Oh, it's gone from bad to worse. 3v5, and everybody's just trapped. I mean, has to be heroic play out of Neil. Yeah, has a sniper rifle, but he has to get all the way through the courtyard here in a post-play of 40 seconds.
There's one. Neil finds a second. Able to bring this to a 3 versus 3. Fear's going to put the situation back in Exclusive's favor. Somehow the snipers have got this done. But it's still not over yet. Ikram, a superpower for 117 not found. Finds more kills as well. Ikram looking to get it done here, and what could be the final round this S&D? Now Spy versus Ikram. Spy for an egregious challenge. Gonna go for the defuse check to try and bring Ikram out of the play. Ikram just gonna shoulder this one all day long. Spy can't get it done. Ikram is gonna send 117 not found into challenge finals with a catastrophic play.
I mean, that is just absolute heroic moment after heroic moment. I mean, first blood's being found constantly by the sniper rifles. If it's not going to be Lucky, oh man, you best believe that you're going to have another player just step up and absolutely deliver on the goods for 117 not found. And honestly speaking, it's not always just the sniper plays, but it's overall just teamwork in general coming through from 117 not found. We talked about it for this team. They were built to take down one team in particular, and that was Exclusive. They did it. It took 5 maps, but man, was it a treacherous road. They had to absolutely steal a respawn. Certainly wasn't going to be the Hacienda map 4, but they get the job done on the raid control to force it into a takeoff, search, and destroy, where the snipers come out to play. And even in those final moments, I literally called that Neil had to step up and have a massive Herculean moment for himself. He found the 2 kills, but everybody else was right there for 117 Not Found to play the trade game to make sure Exclusive were knocked down to the lower bracket. They will not see Challengers Finals quite yet.
And what is it with the start of these European challenge seasons? I know last time around it didn't happen all the way through, right? But of course, last season was kicked off between Omniscient and King's Clan. This season, it's 117 Not Found and Exclusive to kick off. What a beautiful first day. What a beautiful first day of European challenge season.
Damn.
Yeah, I think everybody might have underestimated 117 just a little bit today, and by no means am I concerned about Exclusive's ability to make their way through to the challenge finals, but I think they have their work cut out for them now. I think 117 probably surprised even Exclusive, and they weren't prepared for 117 to bring to the table what they did. So that was a great way to kick off the challenge season. Like you guys were saying, 117 now claiming that first spot in the challenge finals. Reminder for everybody at home, Exclusive is not out of the competition by any means. We still have to go through our lower bracket for Group A. So you'll see 117 has qualified through up there on the upper portion of the bracket, but the 2 teams that lost their matches earlier in the day, so we've got Lux Eterna as well as Ultima, they will be facing off against each other. Whoever loses that match will then be eliminated. Whoever wins will move forward to the next stage of the bracket to face off against Exclusive, and then whoever wins that match will be the team that claims the second spot in the challenge finals. And if you're wondering how that's all going to go down, it literally happens tomorrow, okay? Back here, we'll be kicking off the day with Lux Eterna versus Ultima, of course, for that lower bracket round. And then whoever wins will face off against the indomitable Exclusive. However, maybe not so indomitable anymore here, Brody.
Man, yeah, tomorrow's going to be wild. I think just looking at Exclusive, I think we kind of automatically assume Exclusive should get through scot-free. I mean, that's the assumption, right? Obviously, you never really know. Call of Duty is a wonderful thing. You can kind of see curveballs come. Maybe Ultima can get it done. Maybe even Lux Eterna can step it up like 5 gears come tomorrow. But still, like, I think Exclusive will have to learn from that. And I think ultimately it comes back to the question at the start of the day for me, which is, we are looking at Europe as a region here to do better overall on an international stage. We need almost perfect play out of Europe. And right now from Exclusive, I would say, even though you see elements of that same Exclusive from Season 4, looking towards that Hacienda Hardpoint, for example, there's still some moments where I'm like, look, this is not the perfect play that we need to see out of a European powerhouse like Exclusive. And I think it kind of lost them that series.
We hold Exclusive on such a high pedestal that this is almost, and I will damn say, inexcusable. You don't get to 100-point club a team on Hacienda Hardpoint and then lose that many rounds in a row on a takeoff, search, and destroy, let alone what happened on the firing range as well. It's just a lot of questions, and I know that both of you heard me talk about it before we actually came back with that series. S&D was going to be the problem for Exclusive here in the Best of 5. They got some explaining to do. They thought they were going to have off tomorrow. No, not going to happen. You got to go watch some VOD.
Yeah, definitely some reviewing will be happening on behalf of all of our teams that still have to play tomorrow, because there's still one more spot available to those 3 teams. 2 will be eliminated at the end of it all, and 1 will claim spot number 2. So it's still going to be a very exciting day tomorrow. Let's talk about it. If you need to keep up with it, you can't make it tomorrow, I don't know what you got going on your schedule, just follow us on social media. First of all, you got all your updates there. We've got X, Insta, and Facebook. That way you won't miss a single thing what happens, not only with this group, but we still have Group B to go for the rest of our challenge season as well. We don't even know the other half of what that playing field is going to look like. You can also join our Discord at discord.gg/Snapdragon Pro Series. You can join our community, talk all things Call of Duty Mobile, hang out with us, get some more updates in there as well. And one more reminder, if you haven't done so already, do our survey, scan that QR code on the screen, and let us know your thoughts, what you like about SPS, what you think we could improve on. And if you do that, you will be entered to potentially win a $100 gift card. It's a very easy survey, so you could definitely just give us your thoughts thoughts. Let us know. And we'll keep making this everything you guys ever hoped the Call of Duty mobile competitive scene could be. But day one now in the books for our challenge season, which also means our first team has claimed their spot in the challenge finals. And it was not an easy road for 117 to get there. They had to fight. But now, like Proper said, they're going to be able to sit back and watch to see who they face off against to try to claim that title of best in the region. So, of course, make sure you tune back in tomorrow to see what happens with the rest of Group A and which team does, in fact, claim that second spot in our challenge finals. As always, a huge thank you to Snapdragon Elite Gaming, Samsung Galaxy, Monster Energy, and DHL for helping us make this whole thing possible. And thank you to all of you at home for watching. We'll see you back here tomorrow.
Looks like the players are ready. Here we go!
The Snapdragon Pro Series is brought to you by Snapdragon Elite Gaming, Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra, Monster Energy, and DHL.
Bye.